right, Shalom.
Shalom.
First off, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to you.
Double honor to
the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. This is GMS Baltimore. Yep, this is GMS Baltimore. We out here on the highways and byways, bringing out the truth and waking up the hopefully elect. You know, the merge, bringing back the merge. You know, a lot of our people are lost. You know, hence the reason why the label came Lost Tribes of Israel. Right. Yeah, they were lost, but now we're found. Starting with these tribes, you know, Judah, Benjamin, Levi, Simeon, all the way down to Issachar, right? 12 tribes. 12,000 out of each tribe will be delivered. Then we're going to have the 1/3. They're going to be delivered. So that's a lot of people, you know? So we're out here telling them, warning them that judgment is coming up upon this place we call the USA, or the United States of America.
Yeah, the tribe Simeon on down. The Issachar was the northern tribe. Going back in the time of King Shalmaneser in Nineveh. Right? And
right.
How they took counsel and came over, became the lost. And then in the time of the Maccabees, we further got lost. No one was Jews, but we was adopting under Antiochus Greek culture.
Yeah, yeah, the northern tribe, the elder was saying the northern tribe came over here during the time of between 730 and 722 BCE. So we've been over here. That's why the documented that when Christopher Columbus, he didn't even make it to the state. There was other explorers that got here. And they said, oh, these had to have been second Ezra. These had to have been the lost tribe of Israel. They knew.
Yeah, that was confirmed by the Library of Congress. Way before Frank S. Cherry and William Crowdy, that vocab and them put on us to say, that's how we knew it was Israelites, that they had a dream. But in the early 1800s, late 1700s, they already knew that.
Yep.
So how does William Crowdy and William Saunders or Frank Cherry, how did they get play into this? They just came forward and said, the board back that we were the Israelites.
They knew.
They knew.
Yep.
So Wikipedia and them put it on and said, well, these are the guys that started the Black Hebrew Israelite movement. You Christians are dumb as shit, because you know what? We've done the research. And around 1812, they had a place called Israel Hill.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Right here at the slave plantation. You know what I'm saying? Frank Cherry and them wasn't born till the 1800s, mid 1800s.
So it had to have been, like a line of Jakes that always knew that we were Israel.
Yep.
You know, those explorers even said connected it. Yep. They said you had the Moor. You had a Moor that came with Christopher Columbus, and you better believe you had the Moors that came with the other explorers to ride out this country. They knew as well.
Yeah, because the Moors, a little history on that, they worked with heathen.
Yeah.
Like some of the Moors, they were from the Berbers, and they were slave traders, but there was Israelites that adopted into them. That's why Moors got Islamic names.
Right.
And they would also sell out other Israelites, so they was all part of slave trading.
Yeah.
So you had our people mixed amongst the other nations, with the Arabs, so to speak, in a part of the slave trade, and they would call themselves Moors.
Yep, they were Israelites.
They were Israelites.
Yep.
Yep.
That's why it's confusing. You'll think it was an Arab. No, that was a Jake.
Yep.
A lot of them were Jake.
Yep.
You know.
Yep.
And there was another trade prior to the transatlantic. You go into that a little bit.
Yeah. That was the you had the Indian Ocean.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Barbary slave trade, which led into the transatlantic slave trade.
This is our history. That's why connecting and letting you people know, like if you're on an egg, come back to your nationality. You can bring.
Like if we ever debated like these guys do, we would kick all their asses, man. This goddamn priest of God said GMS ain't great debaters. Well, you damn sure ain't, because now you're following the doctrine that you debated against.
Yeah. And they never go into that to the scriptures. Look at the word.
That divine prospect.
They never look into word. Nope. They got all the looking into word. Start with us. Yep. The elders and the apostles on down.
Yep. Yep.
Blue letter.
Yep.
The Geneva, I think it's Geneva Bible. Yep. The different variations of the Bible and
right here.
Yep. There we go.
The Bible 1386. The John Wycliffe.
Yeah, we do the research. Yep. We go in depth. I heard it was a podcast debate that Captain Cesariak did with the guy Mark West called the Saint and Sinner, something like that.
Oh, you're talking about David Marquette.
Yeah, that's
that Islamic following Negro.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he based on Islam, so that's a waste of time. Why would you even debate a guy that don't even believe in the Bible?
Money.
Yeah, it's all behind money.
So you get this Bible right here, it'll cut everything. Because during the time of translation, they put other words in there, like they shall possess Edom, right in Isaiah? They shall possess Edom, and then all nations shall call to them. But they left a whole lot of key points out, and it's in here.
Gotta do the research.
That's why I got this book. So they come up with that bullshit, or let me say bull crap. And then y'all curse. Shit just means ship high in transit. That's all it means.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
That guy, you can bring that.
Proverbs 1 and 22.
Yeah.
Proverbs 1 and 22. How long, you simple ones, will you love simplicity?
Yeah.
And the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
Yeah, how long will you simple ones, will like simplicity? Because the simplicity about this country and the doctrine is off, It's simple, read the last part again.
It says, and
this is not talking about just people in the world. This is talking about you other Israelites.
Yeah.
And there's people in the other world too.
It says, and the scorners delight in their scorning, and fools hate knowledge.
You ever try to talking to even an Israelite, fellow Israelite? They don't want to hear it. Yeah. They hate knowledge. When you're talking to somebody and you correct them, that's the worst.
Yeah, they can't handle that.
They can't handle it. I mean, even I had to go through it. Correction. It's hard, but that's it's hard.
Yeah. Correction. I said it. Is when you try to create make something right that's crooked or wrong. Yeah. Try to correct going off the wrong. You're going on the wrong path. You put them on the correct path, like a child, right path, right. I got this right.
That's why the Messiah in Matthew 18 said that.
Be like a child,
little children.
You heard the
God, if the brother got a question, anybody come up there?
Yeah. You got a question?
No, well, I'm pretty much understanding of what you brothers doing.
Okay.
All right.
Well, let's give them the understanding.
I just like learning all those ways.
Just that Corinthians 11:22. Let's give them understanding. Can I get this? Yeah, go ahead.
This is Hebrews 5 and 12. For the time you ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of God.
Well, that goes with this scripture.
It says, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat.
Yeah, certain things. The reason why, like certain things, is hard to understand. Like a baby, you can get that baby.
Get the scriptures that are cold.
Yeah, I got a second reference.
Yeah.
11.
It's the 2 Corinthians 11 and 22. It says, are they Hebrews? So am I. Are they Israelites? So am I. Are they the seed of Abraham? So am I. Right, because the brother want to know what it is we're talking about, what this is all about. So now we have to focus on helping him understand what we're teaching.
No, I do understand. Right.
You may not. How do you know you understand what we're teaching? What are we teaching?
Because well, I'll follow the brothers. You know, what I mean, my
Okay.
YouTube channel
Okay.
to understand things. Because I want to distinguish. If you got Jehovah, you just taking on religion.
Right.
You got Jehovah, you got the Christians,
Right.
you got the Israelites, bro.
Right.
And it's a lot of things within the patches of the
Right.
Bible
Right.
that make me say, okay,
Right.
God did this, God created that, and still, I might be off a little. Okay,
Right.
I might be off a little, but some things in within the Bible that throws me off.
Right.
And you might ask him, then, brother, what is it that throws you off?
Exactly. What is it that we're doing?
Okay, one, I gotta be a homo friend, right?
Right.
And my thing is, I've come across, is our God an evil God, or is our God a blessed God?
So a blessed God?
Or an evil God? Because the point I'm trying to make is, brother, is that why do things that's happen? If our God is so blessed, I'll need y'all assistance.
That's right, no problem.
Okay. Let's talk about the brother that had to give up his family.
Right.
What's that brother name in the Bible? That he was so into God.
Talking about Job.
Yes, what I'm talking about. That he had to give his family up.
Right.
To prove himself to God.
Right.
So maybe help me understand. Bro, I've been wanting to do this.
Okay.
And I've been following you brothers.
Okay, all right.
And I like what you represent.
All right.
I really do.
Right.
But within this, it's so much conflict. Within what we need to follow, man.
Right.
Go ahead, brother.
Somebody can get a second second. This is Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things.
Yeah, so that's the Lord. The scripture is showing you that the Lord creates good and bad, evil and good. See, some people believe that Satan is his own authority. No, he's under the authority of the heavenly Father.
That's that in the book of Job.
Yeah, we all know that.
Right.
If I'm not mistaken, which I know I'm not mistaken, Satan, if I'm wrong, you correct me.
Okay.
I want to be
Right.
Satan sat right there on that throne with the great God himself, as well as Jesus before Jesus came into existence. Jesus, like I said, I'm wrong, you can help me. Jesus always been here before he came in. That's what I'm saying. Before he comes in.
Where you are wrong at is Satan never sat on the throne with the Most High. Nobody sits on the throne of the Most High like that.
Okay, what they say Satan was an angel.
Yeah, he was.
Okay.
You know what scripture to get on that?
Go ahead.
Isaiah 14. Isaiah 14. You know what I want,
Isaiah,
brother, you be on point, brother.
Isaiah 14:12 it says, how art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down?
So now you gotta break down Lucifer.
How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer? That's another. People, Christians, they think the word Lucifer is come up big. You get the word Lucifer, it means the light. So it means shining one morning star. There's also figurative that of the king of Babylon and Satan. So it's really talking about a specific. The word Lucifer is talking about somebody. I'm putting on one or something. Somebody, someone.
So if he's somebody, that makes him a person.
Yes.
If he's something, it makes him whatever.
Right.
I mean,
Like the best player in the NBA, you might say Steph Curry or Luka Doncic. They would be considered Luciferians because they have the light. All right, go ahead.
It says, "How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nation?" You got these people right here who weakened the nation. They went all out through the earth, went out to these different.
I'm saying something about the all. Well,
Okay.
But it's going to get better.
I said, verse 13 it says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven. I will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation over God in the sides of the north. I will ascend above the height of the clouds. I will be like the Most High." It says, "Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell to the side of the pit."
Right, that hell is not talking about a pit of fire. Talking about right here, green. Oh, help me.
It says, verse 16. Oh, yeah.
We don't get to the point.
It says, 16, that they that see thee shall never look upon thee and consider thee, saying, "Yes, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdom?"
So you just answered it. Lucifer is talking about a man. It's not talking about the demon spirit Satan.
Okay. I mean,
You know what I'm saying?
I just want to be fair with y'all.
That's right, brother. That's all right.
Because I listened to the brother.
But there's a couple of brothers, so which group you talking about?
Okay.
Now the GMS or they another Israelite group? Or?
They got brother. He'll be on there. Well, I feel it.
That's all right. That's all right.
And I can't really
Bring it out. Right.
The light skinned brother. The light skinned brother from goddamn. Yeah.
Oh, Captain Cesar.
Yeah. They not only him.
He bring out some good points though.
No, right. But also the brother in San Diego that be on that beach. See, bro, I listen to everybody.
Right.
I listen. I spoke for the Jehovah. I spoke for the Jehovah. I got a good friend on the job that's Jehovah. And I'm Jehovah. Yeah, Jehovah is God. I was some people and some of it called Jehovah. What Jehovah? What ain't? Because in the Bible, he say, "My name is Jehovah," unless y'all can do speak. Okay, now, man.
We're going through the Hebrew, man. The letter J didn't exist 500 years ago.
Okay.
The name changes. The name stays the same no matter what language.
But you're reading from a Bible that has Jehovah in it.
Okay, but not in this Bible. This goes way back before.
Okay.
This Bible goes back to 1382. See what I'm saying about the Bible?
1382. What does that Bible say?
It doesn't say Jehovah because it don't have the J.
Because when I talk to this Jehovah brother, I want to correct you.
Right, because what's happening is translation. Right. Every time a word, like the word jealous, you look at the word jealous is somebody who's angry, covered of something that they want. But in the older Bible, the word jealous, it actually says zealous. You see what I'm saying?
Got rid of that J.
They got rid of the J. But zealousness didn't mean that. That didn't come into play till the 1600s. Okay. So there's certain words that change their meaning over time. And this is why when you look up a word, it's got definition A, B, C. You ever look up something? Yeah, because words change over time. So what we do is we go back to the original root. And when you go to the Hebrew, it doesn't have a J in there.
Well, all I want to say, brother, I really want to take the opportunity and stop and just have a conversation.
Oh, that's right, brother. But we want to do, brother, we want to show you something. Since you listen to all these different doctrines, do you believe in the Bible?
I do.
Okay. Let me see. Ephesians 4.
This is Ephesians 4:4. It says there is one body and one spirit, even as ye are called in one hope of your calling. One Lord, one faith, one baptism, one God and Father of all, who is above all and through all and in you all.
That means there's only one truth. You know? Like it's
I mean, you most definitely, that's how it should be. And you know, it is, like you say, it should be, but I guess how we interpret it.
Right. When you go, let's go to some history. Back in the time of Apostle Paul,
Okay, like,
that's what he's reading from. Ephesus. Back in, that's why he said that. Because you had Jews, right? Then you had Greeks. These Greeks were actually Jews. But what these Jews did, Exodus 20:1, the Lord said, "Thou shalt not have any other God before me." But what these Jews was doing through the dispensation and scattering, we started following the Greeks. So this is why he said go to the Jew first and then to the Greek. The reason why he said go to the Jew first, because they believe Abraham is their salvation. But the reason why he said go to them, because they didn't believe in the Messiah. Then he said go to the Greeks, because these were also Jews that believed in being Jews, but they adopted Greek culture.
that's what I'm saying, of the culture outside of the great God himself.
Exactly.
Abraham.
Exactly.
Okay.
So they were still Jews, but somebody get Acts 6:1 in blue letter. And then you had the Grecians. The Grecians, we're going to show you what they were. Blue letter.
Man, my Lord, left me. I wonder.
That's all right. If it come back to you,
Acts 6:1, it says, and in those days, when the number of the disciples was multiplied, there arose a murmuring of the Grecians against the Hebrews.
Grecians against the Hebrews? So who were the Grecians?
They must be non-believers or somebody other than one of the.
You got it, my brother.
The word Grecian in the blue letter in Greek is Helleniste. It says a Hellenist, one who imitates the manners and customs or the worship of the Greeks and use the Greek tongue. It says that it should be used in the New Testament of Jews born in foreign lands and speaking Greek.
Well, see that? That's my thing is, bro, I'm trying.
That's what Captain Nazariak don't do.
Okay.
You don't see him going to work.
I'm here to be honest with you. It's right now. I know I spoke on about who I listened to on YouTube. But I'm trying to remember my thought that if I ever had this opportunity, the things I would present to you to help clarify my understanding.
And we'll answer you.
Right. And right now, I'm cloudy right now.
Okay.
The thing I wanted, so we have, it's just not clear with me right now. That's all right. Because what I'm actually trying to speak to and speak of is those from the Israelites that was left out. Maybe you can help. That was left out. That was left out. Are they still the Israelites? And that's what I'm upset about, because I really wanted to get to understand.
Ask that question.
We're Israelites, right? We're Israelites.
That's our lineage.
Right, that's our lineage. But those Israelites that went and followed some other God or whatever, are they still Israelites?
Yeah.
You understand what I want to hear what actually I'm forgetting to say.
Okay, so you want to hear what the Bible has to say about that?
Yes, I think.
All right, bring the camera closer, brother, so we can get edified here.
Yeah,
what scriptures should come to mind?
Romans
11. There you go. 11:7. And somebody hold Jeremiah 2:21. Got it.
Cool. It's gonna help me bring
this
happening to Israel. Yep. This is Romans 11:7. It says, "What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election have obtained it, and the rest were blinded." Right. Go on down 24 to the branches. Well, branches.
There we go. There you go. Not Israelite, the branches, Baltimore, but there you go.
Yes.
This is Romans 11:16. For if the first fruit be holy, right, the lump is also holy, which the first fruit is talking about the elect.
Okay? Because those are the ones who the Lord chose to be the first ones to inherit the kingdom once he established it on earth. Okay? Now it says the lump is also holy, all of it. Because eventually the rest of Israel is going to come through the elect. Right? It says, and if the root be holy, so are the branches. And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree, you can break it down too. It says, were grafted in among them.
Now, let me say this. A lot of Christians say because the branches were broken off, that the Lord just done away with them.
Right. But
But it's not so. And the scripture will say it.
Right.
And you can break it down, brother. Go ahead.
It says, being a wild olive tree, were grafted in among them, and with them partakest of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Boast not against the branches. But if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. It says, thou wilt say then, the branches were broken off that I might be grafted in.
Yeah, because all right, if you break a branch off, right?
Fall to the ground.
No,
That's what they
but if you break a branch off, right, that piece still fits right into that branch.
Right.
It still belongs with that.
Perfect. That's why I said let us be perfectly joined together.
But
Like if I lost my hand,
I know.
you can't take a white man's hand and put it on my hand.
No, it's not going
It's not gonna match, right? That's right. He got it. He got it. Go ahead.
We always were Israelites, even though a lot of us went off. All of us actually went off. You know what I'm saying? Like
we went here, we went there,
right?
And we lost our way. But God, if my mind wasn't so cloudy,
That's all right.
help you brothers, help me understand what's up. You know what I'm saying?
That's what we're trying to do here.
Yeah.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead.
I'll jump down. It says the 24th verse. It says, for if thou wert cut out of the olive tree, which is wild by nature, and were grafted contrary to nature into a good olive tree, how much more shall these, which be the natural branches, be grafted into their own olive tree?
Yeah, so they always were Israelites.
Right. Get Jeremiah 2:21. I got it. We're gonna show you this back this
you
up.
might keep going, brother, because you might bring that uncloud myself.
We try to uncloud you, my brother, but only the Spirit of the Lord can do that.
All right, that's it.
It's Jeremiah 2:21. This is the branches. It says, yet I have planted thee a noble vine, only a right seed. How then art thou turned into a degenerate plant of a strange vine unto me?
Yeah, and that's what you was talking about earlier when you said those people that went off and all that, and are they still Israelites?
Right.
Yeah. That's what that scripture is talking about. Even though they were the degenerate Israelites, because all of us as a nation, the Lord judged us as a nation. Now we're being grafted back into.
Y'all be working with me. I'm gonna blow this smoke to you. I want to go.
Okay, this is all
Yep, that's the point.
Yep. This is
Sean.
This is Romans 11:26. Here we go. It says, and so all Israel shall be saved.
That's the branches that was broken off.
Right. As it is written, there shall come out of Zion the deliverer, and shall turn away ungodliness from Jacob. So right now they're in a state of ungodliness. He's going to turn that ungodliness from them.
Jacob, if you can help me out here, but Jacob is a part of Israelite. God chose it.
Yeah. And it's not talking about actual Jacob.
Go ahead.
Jacob is
saying Jacob is a part of the 12.
Yeah, but no.
That's why he's talking about the person Jacob.
Right. So you blowing something new to me.
Yeah.
Because I'm looking at Jacob, brother, says, okay, we got a person, Jacob. But what you about to do is go out there. It's not about that. The way I'm looking at one.
It's still Israel.
Jacob is another name. When you see the scripture and it says Jacob, it's another name for him saying Israel.
So it's Jacob.
You're right, though, in a sense.
No, I'm trying to understand.
I see how.
Because Jacob, we talked about.
You think they talk about the individual,
right?
But it is in a sense because he makes up the 12 tribes of Israel.
Okay,
He's the forefather.
Okay, bro.
Because all these tribes come out of Jacob.
That's what that
So it's still Jacob.
and when he blew that out, when he said it's not just a person,
Right.
give me more education.
Yeah, it's
of
the
what-
whole 12 tribes, right?
That's all it is.
Right. Cool. But you know, you got to
Man, well,
Got to go ahead, brother.
All right, it's a little bit more. It says, "For this is my covenant unto them, when I shall take away their sins."
Yeah, so he only dealt with Israel. He only made a covenant. It's not for everybody.
and
See,
that's the problem, big bro. That's where some of the misunderstanding comes from, right?
Right.
Because we Israelites say that Jesus was brought here not for everybody, but for the Israelites. And that's where the people, so many Christians get confused
Yes, the Christian.
about the love about Jesus. Jesus loves everybody, but actually, I'm learning from the Israelites that Jesus came to save his people, which is the Israelites.
Right, and where is this found at?
Luke
Luke 168.
I'm bringing out cloudy though, man. It's all good.
Your cloudiness is clearing up.
Okay.
Let me get that
Out there.
You got it? You put the Luke one, or what that?
No, I wanted to get the one to reconcile.
Oh, okay.
Like it, brother. Because there's a thing called reconciling.
Right.
How can an Edomite reconcile to something he was never a part of?
And the Edomites is everybody outside the Israel.
Right. Kind of like this. If you walk up to a strange woman, hey babe, let's reconcile, and put your arm around her, she gonna smack you.
Yeah, that's correct.
Because he never was with her.
You was never with her.
You know?
And that goes to the engrafting. The word engraft, it really says engrafted, which means a stylus or a connection to the points. That's what that word engraft actually means. So if the branches are broken off, there's no other branch, nobody else. There's like if you got an olive branch, I guess, right? Yeah. You can't take a branch from another tree and put it on that olive branch. It won't match. So that's why he compared this as a strange vine, which is another form of a root. You know what I'm saying? Something strange, because this is not how we supposed to be acting. And the reason why Paul talked to carried us as a body, because you got one part of the body that's working right and another part that's not working right.
Just symbolically meaning.
Yeah, it's a confusion. Yeah. So if you walking and one of your feet not working, right, you got a problem.
That's called.
And this is why, and this is why Paul said, "Let all of us be joined together perfectly, and if the disease is in the body, cut it out." This was strictly talking about all Israelites. Somehow the Christians jumped in and said, "No, they're talking about all men. Lord, raise up rocks and bring them in." Like Galatians 3:28, we're gonna get that. That's something, a real stumbling block.
Yeah, you said the word reconcile, which when you go, you use that example, but when you go to the definition of it, it means to restore friendly relations.
Right.
You know, he was never friendly with those other nations. Yeah, you know.
Man. I just
when you heard John 3:16, remember that? God so loved the world.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's what bothers me.
Let's go. Let's get it there. Let's drop everything else.
If God so loved the world,
There we go.
then why can't we?
That's universalism.
Yeah, that's Christian favorite scripture. They always, that's their number one go-to scripture.
Yeah.
Okay, man, I'll listen.
He's trying to figure it out.
And I think I'll fulfill my purpose today.
That's right.
To come see you brothers and listen and get some understanding. The same way I listen to my Jehovah's Witness.
That's right. That's right.
I'm saying I go.
We're not going to force you to believe anything.
No, man.
Spirit of the Lord got to work with you.
Right, we are 61, bro.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
The
Lord got you here, brother.
Oh,
60, almost 61, and you standing right here.
Yeah.
In the
Get
tabernacle of the Most
Yeah.
High, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
This is John 3:16. For God so loved the world that he gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him should not perish but have everlasting life. Get that word world.
Right?
Now,
Get
can
that.
somebody get John 17:9 real quick?
Yep.
Real quick, before you get that. So we're going to show you a discrepancy in that John
Yeah,
3:16.
there we go. Yeah, that's
In fact, when you go to John 3:16, who was he talking to? Nicodemus.
And that was that so-called, well, it was an Israelite.
Right.
But if you go to all this modern time where they describe about the Bible itself, the Jesus.
Oh, that's another conversation.
Yeah, I know that. That's who they portrayed.
Yeah.
That's an Israelite.
Yes, sir.
You know what I'm
Yes,
saying?
sir.
The Jews,
They not real.
no, you got
See, you got the knowledge. You got the knowledge, brother. Read that. John 17:9. This is John 17:9. I pray for them. I pray not for the world, but for them which thou hast given me, for they are thine. Read that again. I pray for them. I pray not for the world.
So it seems like a contradiction right there, right?
I blow it out, bro.
All right. You thought you blow it out, brother. You got to blow it out.
Now,
Keep it
let's
going.
go to the word world in the blue letter.
This is the word world in the Greek, and it's cosmos.
See? Now, can you read the definitions of cosmos?
The word cosmos.
18 different definitions?
Yep.
Don't read all of them.
No, I might catch it on the thing.
It
Go
says
to the main one.
an apt and harmonious arrangement or constitution, order, government. So that's like one of the main ones, right? But the word, when you go into it even further into the Greek, is komiso, right? And it
That's a
says
strong definition.
right. It says good. It says to care for, to take care of, to provide for, to take up or carry away in order to care for and preserve. It says to receive what was previously one's own.
That's it. So,
To get back, to receive back, to recover.
The one home.
right.
That's the strongest point.
Right.
So what it say to recover?
Yep, to recover.
So what did Matthew 10:5 say? You already know this. I'm not sent, but to the lost sheep of the house of Israel to recover them. So when you look at the word world come in many fashions, like the world of the aquarium,
The sports world.
the world of gangsters.
All that shit don't matter.
No matter.
So it didn't really mean the whole world. That's what it really was talking about. The world of Israel. The Israelites. There's this world.
Like when the scripture says, the scripture says, go and baptize people, all nations, baptize them in the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. The Israelites are nations, and they're scattered amongst all the nations.
They did.
And these are nations. These tribes, they all nations.
Yeah, another word for nation.
But brother, I just want to say thank y'all, man.
We got more to give you, my brother.
But I feel, bro, I respect and understand what's going on.
No, he got it there. All right.
But I am trying to go through what I need to do. This earthly world, those earthly things, enjoy my day.
Right.
But the book, thank y'all. And I understand. I didn't understand at one time, but I caught on. I'm catching on to a lot of it. Like I'm catching on, and I don't know some of y'all with it. Yeah, I'm a FBA Foundation Black American, right?
Okay.
That's another word.
Yeah. That's another word. You got it. You got it. You got it.
But I am following that because we, as
I understand.
we got gatekeep what we got.
Right.
We got to take care of our younger people, because if we take care of our younger people growing up, they can latch on to what y'all got going on and get to work. You know what I'm saying? I'm not with all that Pan-African thing.
Right. Because we ain't African anyway. You know? Our people are scattered among.
Well, that's what I'm
But the
saying.
Pan-Africans was started by the white British.
That's what I'm saying. All that. But I'm just saying, man, thank y'all, man.
But what we will tell you, brother, before you leave, that the Lord really calls the elect. Right. It's all about the elect. A lot of our people are dying because they don't follow the heavenly call.
And
So we're trying to reach the ones that's willing to get it.
and that's
You ever heard of you know about the 144,000?
Yeah, that's supposed to be the special people to. Yes,
That's true.
You might be
So-
one of them, brother.
Yeah.
that is correct. But also the Jehovah's Witness people as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. When I was growing up, I
There's
was
like 144,000.
yeah. I grew up as one of those Jehovah's Witnesses.
Right.
And so I know, the doctrine and everything. you know.
Okay, I got
And
you, bro.
it's a false doctrine.
So I'm waiting. I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry, but my time to learn was my time to learn.
Right. Can I give you a source to go to? Even though this, what is his name? Forgot it, but he goes into that breakdown of where that organization started, Charles Taz Russell and all that. The Watchtower
Yeah, all that.
Association. Yeah. They're nothing
I
but
know
Satan.
that.
Satan. They actually work for Satan.
I got you, but you know what? Thank you, guys. I appreciate y'all, man. I'm gonna go ahead and enjoy this.
All right.
Whatever I got going in my head, I ain't going right in my life.
All right.
I'm going to try to make it correct. I ain't doing myself. Y'all do what y'all do, man.
That's right, brother.
Hey, we out here every Saturday.
Okay, my man.
Glad you stopped up.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate y'all, man.
Yeah, so that's why when every time somebody stop up, it may not always be fishing. Yeah, fishing. Matthew 17:21.
Know that line.
Yeah, but that Charles Russell, he wasn't even the founder of the Jehovah's Witnesses. He did like the other Edomite. Stole the watchtower, killed the head of the watchtower, and put himself involved. He was a 33rd degree Mason. His burial plot was a pyramid.
They got a pyramid.
So they lied. They even lied with that. He signed nothing but a damn liar. Matthew 17:21.
This Matthew 17:21, it says, howbeit this kind goeth out, howbeit this kind goeth not out, but by prayer and fasting.
Now, the reason why I read that, who knows why I read that? Because that's not in the Jehovah's Witness, that's not in our Jehovah's Witness Bible.
Yeah, they took out scriptures.
Jehovah's Witness.
Yeah,
the one, the scriptures, Matthew, when it says the Lord came to save that which is lost.
Yeah.
I think in 18 or something like that. Not in the Bible.
His name is Jordan Maxwell.
Jordan Maxwell, okay.
He goes into how the organization was set up and all that.
Yeah, they don't even, the information is there on that shit. I had a conversation with them years ago when I was walking to school, and they stopped me, made me late, even though I didn't really give a shit. I'm kind of glad they wouldn't be up in there. But they stopped me, and we was talking, and those Jehovah's Witnesses don't even believe that the Lord controls everything. They believe Satan does. Well, they don't believe that they believe Satan has some control over the Lord. That's Christianity, and that's literal. That's literal Christianity. That's what I just did a video on. The worst thing about Jehovah's Witnesses is they keep showing you that damn white Jesus. Next time you come up and hand me that camera, I'm gonna tear it right up in your face. Throw that shit down, man.
This is white supremacy. Or Edomite supremacy.
But then they'll say his color don't matter. So why the hell you got that image up? When we came out the gym, we got on them. You with me? Yeah. Some goddamn black woman coming up with that shit. Yeah.
And I saw them again not too long ago. It was in the same parking lot.
Then she rolls up the window.
Yeah.
Remember before, they got that from us. If somebody won't hear, you turn them away. Now they're doing it. See, and I'm asking, y'all got husbands. Where in the Bible does it say to send out women in the ministry to go to grown ass men? That's all right. One day you're gonna go up to the wrong house, and a big Jake gonna be standing there with a open robe, with his joint hanging out, right? And you're a wife, and you might commit adultery. Jake got his hand on his hip like King David. You know what I'm saying? Hey, the Jehovah, how you doing? Jake coming to know, well, what's up? What's up? She looks down and be like, fuck Jehovah. Let me in. He'll say, I'm the real Jehovah. I'm the real God. Right. Hey, you know what I'm saying? I guarantee you, them Jehovah's Witness women, they really brainwashed on a high. Nothing wrong with brainwashing, but they really in that occulted mind state. His wife, the whole church had shut up. Like, Jesus. But like, also the Jehovah's Witness, But the,
He still celebrating. He not really, his wife wanted him. Like, she was like, no, we can't go to that. Look, she turned around to herself.
but so what is the law according to the Bible to that? We know it's not death right now. That is the actual law. But what is the law according to that? You know, she committed adultery, you supposed to divorce her.
Right.
See, if it was vice versa, and he committed the so-called adultery, they would have shunned his ass out of the church. They would have put his ass out, but they let the woman come back.
Double standard.
That's why,
Christian woman.
yeah. That's why women do a lot of the things that they do is because they can get away with it. For example, it always keep bringing out the crash outs at fast food joints. The recent one I think I did a video on was I thought the black woman was a goddamn manager. She was behind the goddamn counter ringing her shit up. You know, bugging out. I thought she worked there. The whole time the employee there yelling and fussing her out. And the man, he just give her a pat on the shoulder. Hey, come on, man. You know she ain't listening to that shit. So she turns around and get her pizzas and stuff like that. I'm like, but they do that because they know they can, right? They'll smash out your window, you know, and stuff like that because they know they can do it. They get away with it. My black ass ain't doing that because I know I can't get away with that shit, you know? And, you know, neither would I want to waste my energy on it anyway, any goddamn way. Because you people, you women, men, well, whoever, man, y'all ain't worth it, man. Right? Who the fuck are y'all? Right? But my point is, men would have more of a thought of doing something like that because they know they're not getting away with that. Right? Women can throw shit over the counter and shit. And they may call the police, but the police is going to escort out. You know, if that at all. People lose their mind. You got people like even recording themselves. You know, it's like committing crime. Yeah, it's a challenge now. They going back like fast food place. They just casually walking back there, like they're an employee. Yeah, that people with us working, they usually look at like. First, they don't really catch it, and then eventually they be like, "Yeah, you don't work here. What the fuck?" Yeah, they got the pay rate all wrong for the fast food employees, man. Them motherfuckers should be getting paid at least 30 an hour to deal with that shit. Man. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah,
You got it.
it's all messed up. Economy.
Yep.
Under this wicked society we live in. That's important.
You know, it was Isaiah 45 and 17. It says, "But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with an everlasting salvation."
Saved in the Lord.
It says, "You shall not be ashamed, nor a confounded world without end." When you look into the Amplified, it say, "You will not be put to shame or humiliated for all eternity." That was for that guy who just came up. You know, the first question he asked is God, you know, a good God or is he a bad God?
Neither.
Evil God.
Neither.
You know?
He's above all that bullshit. What the fuck you mean a good or bad God? He's neither.
If he's terrible, right? He does all these kill people. Why would you serve somebody like that? Why would you fear somebody like that? You know, someone like that. You know?
Yeah, that's a good question. Because you got a lot of people that ask that question, but the other way around. They'll say, "Why would I do it?" Well, the question is, why would I? If he could do that and take it away, why the fuck wouldn't I? That's a no-brainer.
I think Job said something about someone said so he just good from the Lord.
Oh, yeah,
That was Job, right?
Oh boy, that's key, man.
You know that, so it's good when he blesses you. You know, like how Christians think God, the Lord to prosper. You know, they just want the Lord to prosper you. You know, I put this money into the call to the ushers to feed the little plate that background. I put my money in there. I know I want to get something back. You know,
Until the motherfuckers tell you to lock the door.
yeah.
They think that the Lord just do good things.
Yeah.
While Satan does all the bad things. Oh, that's not the thing. Right.
Yeah.
Then it shows how faith is. Why would the Lord create a being he can't control?
Right.
Yeah.
Why he had to break something that he's going to go against him when he's trying to do it.
and everything else, when you look at the creation of everything that the Lord created, goes perfect. You know? Look at the sun. Come on now.
Yeah,
The sun, the sun ain't hanging on nothing. The scriptures said the sun and the moon, they perfect circle. And great ball of fire, as they would say.
yeah, and even that fire part. I mean, like you said that, because even that fire part. What the fuck you need to burn? What the hell you need for a fire? Oxygen, right? Number one. It's cold as hell out there, right? I mean, you go out there, you freeze instantly. So how the hell is that the hottest thing that you could ever even, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That doesn't. So, like you said, that's the perfect creation.
Water. Look at water. Water. Yeah, I think it was somebody was saying that when they were talking about I forgot what the guy name is, the king. He was like, "Can I control the water
And the wave, some of
Yeah, the wave.
the barrier, like the beach. Why it ain't flood? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's perfectly in harmony. The waves come up and it stop at a certain point and it goes back.
Yeah, I was just looking at something. They said that only 5% of the ocean has been
Oh yeah.
covered, and it said that the whole world is covered by 70% water.
That's why I did a video on that yesterday, man. The problem with you Christians, a problem with a lot of people out here, man. Y'all like to take away the power of God, right?
Oh yeah.
That's the main thing that y'all like doing, man. Y'all like trying to take away the power of, the whole God shine, right? Even though you say you love God so much, right? If you praise and love Jesus Christ and God so much, why do you want to take the greater? That don't make sense. You might as well just put it all down, become an atheist. What's the point?
Yeah.
Well, this is a little quick one. Colossians chapter 1, verse 16. 15. It says, "Who is the image of the invisible God, the firstborn of every creature?" Right? For by him were all things created that are in heaven and that are in earth. Right? Did you notice that it said all things, heaven and in earth? But do you notice what did it leave out? We left out hell, right? It says visible and invisible, whether they be thrones or dominions or principalities or powers. All things were created by him and for him. So people would ask, well, why does he do this and why does he do that? It's the most simple answer I could give you, or any of us really could give you, is because he wanted to. Why does the Lord? But then there's always a reason. But the simplest, quickest answer is because he wanted to. So, like for example, why are we going through what we're going through today? Well, the simple answer is because he is. That's our heart. He is.
It's like like the scriptures talk about the potter.
Yeah.
The potter can make a vessel for honor and dishonor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because when you look at certain people that are like artistic, they kind of got a different type of vibe. They do. And it's like they come out with so off the top of their head that how they create things, is totally different. So for the Lord to be an artistic, everything that He created is very detailed. It's perfect.
Even the wicked part. I mean, he made Esau to do. He made those guys right there so I can hold this sign up, or I can. The Lord made these guys right here, these pieces of garbage, to do everything that is wicked in such perfection. Like they covered every aspect of Israelites and every other nation too. What we like, what we dislike, and they capitalize off it, and they say, well, let's give them this, let's give them that, let's give them GMO foods, and they do it in a way that we're forced to do it. And that is how perfect the Lord is, how He even made the wicked perfect, right? That's insane. These guys thought of everything because power was given to them to do that, right?
Psalm 47:2. For the Lord Most High is terrible. He is a great king over all the earth.
They're showing you that the Lord, He creates good and evil, but He's also terrible in His creation. It's, even if you look at the mountain, I don't know if anybody ever been to a volcano. Yeah, it's treacherous. You know, looking at it on TV, that shows you the power and the glory of the Lord.
I don't let the picture up.
Yeah, that's
Shit, Mount Everest is a volcano. A lot of people don't do that.
yeah. I was talking to an elder out in the world or whatever. He said he was going to he was living in Hawaii, and he said he actually saw it. When you actually see it, they were saying don't stare at it. Like if you ever saw a live volcano, yeah, they said don't stare at it or you'll get sick.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't know that.
What is it?
You can look at it, but don't stare at it too long, or you'll get.
Is it like the brightness or something, or
I guess it's like the energy that come out of it.
Okay.
It's like that was marvelous to do that. That shows you like the greatness that it is.
you imagine all those missiles hit, and every volcano that's in America, they all just erupt at the same time and shit. That don't sound far fetched, to be honest, man. To be honest, I mean that missile hit is something might activate it. The Lord might activate it. Just have it erupt.
Mount Everest might be the main one.
And Mount Everest erupts.
If that one erupts, man, it's over.
You got a lot of sleepers volcanoes. Yeah, Mount Everest is one of them. Yep. But if they get active,
Oh, now the Lord made underwater volcanoes.
yeah, he did.
It's underwater fires.
That Mount Everest, I think, they said that it's the deepest part of the ocean, the Mariana Trench. They said that could fit in there like 7 to 10 times, man.
Yeah.
You know, if we're talking about 5% of the ocean only being discovered, man. You know, so that's a beautiful thing, man, because Esau he set the balance that he can't pass.
Yeah,
you know,
like going all up in space and all that. We're gonna be doing that. The Lord's gonna point that to us,
right?
You know, going to the moon. That never happened. You know, so that goes into Babylon is all full of lies and robbery.
Right.
They lied about the moon landing.
Who was that? Neil Armstrong. He went to the moon, all right. He just stepped off the step real quick.
Yeah.
They ended up in the alleyway. Yeah. I got this right, guys. Job 14:5. Seeing his days are determined, the number of his months are with you. Thou hast appointed his bounds that he cannot pass.
And the bounds is a lie. You know, or about it. You know,
And Olive Belt.
yeah, the defense mechanism you can't pass. So showing you that the Lord put limitations on his death. Yeah. Even when it comes to us, and when they start coming forth, they can't just come out forth any old type of way. You know, it's boundaries that they got. They can't come forth now if the Heavenly Father ain't given permission to. That's why they can't do that to us at this point, because the Lord ain't giving them the go. Now, once the Lord say, "Hey, you know, it's time," that's when they going to rush in like it's, you know, like a bat out of hell, like a flood. You know, but there's only certain boundary with that. You know, these elites know, these top elites know.
Everybody got limitations. You got these movies sit up there like, who was that? Thomas Shelby. I got no limitations. The nigga, everybody got limitations.
Everybody got limitations.
Yeah. Job 38, it says, "Where was thou when I laid the foundation of the earth?
Ooh.
Declare if thou hast understanding. Who hath laid the measure thereof, if thou knowest? Who hath stretched the line upon it?"
So that's what right there. It's like the Lord said, "Go where we at from the foundations of the earth." And that's mind blowing. You know, just think about how huge the earth is. Yeah, different type of soil. Yeah, they got foundations. Like that'll whack your body if you think too hard. You know, show you how great the Heavenly Father is.
That's only what we know.
That's all we know. That's only what we know.
You know, you got seeds and stuff like that come from, you know, you got famines of ground and stuff like that. You got different type of stone, you know, oils, water and stuff, man.
And everything is naturally set up. You know, shit, you can cook your food off of a rock. You just gotta make sure they have no water in it though, because that shit flows with pressure. But the Lord naturally set things up. But according to scientists, nah, they you can't do an explosion.
Yeah, the Big Bang.
And water's not wet. Okay.
And
All right, that goes into Slovakia. That goes into the first testimony where he try to play God.
yeah. I just did a video on that. They try to play God where those, they got these robots, for the AI. This AI that they coming out, like this AI, that's a spirit, But now they got the robot to jump and flip and all that. They try to play God.
Yeah. That AI, yeah.
Artificial intelligence. Yeah, and that's what they're going to use to usher in. That's what they're going to use to usher in this Quran.
I got a big one for you. That right there is a topic that apparently every other Israelite camp have a problem with us about.
Right. We the only
That's
ones.
nothing to be played with, man.
We the only ones that basically push this truth that the Quran, we can't say it, the actual word.
Yeah.
That's how you know it's the truth, because if we say it, they'll take it down. Right? Every video that they take down, it got to be the truth. Because if it wasn't the truth, they would leave it up. So they take these videos down because they scared that the truth is coming out. All right, but in another three more years, a lot of people going to get this implanted in their right hand or their left hand or their forehead
Or wherever you want to get it, I guess, right?
Your thigh.
Your eye, it could be your arm. Even like Apostle Tar said, it could be your ass cheek. You know what I mean? You got a lot of freaks out there that want it like that. A lot of black. That's like you got it. Oh, Bishop, they said that shit too.
Can you imagine going in the store and twerking, picking your chip up? You know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You already know a woman going through that shit, man. Goddamn men too. Next thing you know it, man, you having sex with a woman and shit, then the cyanide release because the chick thinks that try to tamper with it.
Yeah.
You got it. Yeah, and I got one. This is Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof, if not, where who is it?
Yeah.
Right? Take that down. Yeah. It's on basic, man. The earth is given into the hand of the wicked. Right? Most of the things that Esau does, the science and stuff. What does the word science mean, man? Science, what scientists need to know, right? And when they try to play the role that they know, they try to play God. They own the glory. Yep. Right? The Lord gave it unto them.
they definitely got limitations, but they also go by the spiritual demon Satan. That is their God.
Yeah, that's what they talk to.
That's what they talk to.
That's their limitation right there. They got the treatment. Yep. That is their limitation right there.
Yeah, they can't even move. They can move.
They can't
even make a move.
So I want to check for it. Satan is doing what the Lord is telling them to do. If you really think about it, as crazy as it may sound, our goals for this place is similar to what Satan wants. Because Satan wants what the Lord wants. We want what the Lord wants.
So really, in reality, they are following the Lord.
They are
on the left hand side.
Demons.
They
got these movies and games like demon shit. You picking the demon ass and shit. Man, come on now. That's still them making mockery of the Lord, man. Like doom and shit.
Yeah.
That's still them making mockery of the Lord. And then all the demons. In some of them games, they over there shooting and fighting each other and shit like that. That's mockery because they're saying, the Lord ain't got control of that. You know what I mean?
It used to be Dungeon Dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
Dungeon Dragons or Ultra Beast. Those are those games Esau set out there. Remember
Supernatural, yeah.
that? Mock the Lord.
Yep.
Yep. Sega Genesis. That's the
Yeah.
Oh, you said, oh man, oh, that's the
I'm talking to that shit right now, man.
man. I ain't even touch that shit. I ain't even touch that shit.
This is Luke 12:7. It says, but even the very hairs of your head are all numbered.
Yeah. So just imagine how many people, let's just say Baltimore, the metropolitan area, it's around what, 2.5 million people just in this city and the county. The Lord knows how many hairs on each of these person's head. That's how technical the Lord is. And he can go further than that. So when you're talking about artificial intelligence, man, that comes from the Lord.
It does.
You know,
that's more technology. That's why even with AI, you got all this AI crap going around. But even with AI, we're still destroying doctrine with AI because that is still the Lord's technology. AI, man, for the Lord, man, AI ain't nothing.
there ain't nothing. And it's stumbling, we could still stumbling block up for that.
Exactly.
Because you ever notice you go on AI or whatever, or sometimes they had the information.
Yeah, they do.
You got to correct that.
Yeah.
So the Lord is way
I don't got the right doctor. You know? They work how you want it to work, you know, but they don't got the correct doctor. You know? And when you going through AI, making it seem like they would rather be an Israelite, you know? Yeah. You ever noticed that? You thought the AI like it want to be an Israelite, how you talk to it.
some of the stuff you on point.
Yeah.
What's that?
If you would be anybody, you'd be Israelite. Yeah.
That's the whole 6 because we're gonna need the Lord's protection before we get up out of here, because there's a lot of things that's going to happen that we're gonna need the Lord. We can't do it ourselves, you know. Yeah.
This is Ephesians 6:12. It says, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places.
Yeah, these are loose sit in the high places. Also, we dealing with spirit every day. You know, that's why I try my best to pray as much as I can. You know, the other day, I would say the night before, you know, I was talking to the brother. You know, I had a sleeper out. You know, coming into this truth, that's one of the things you may have. You know, you got to deal with some spirit messing with you. And what we do, you got to throw up them prayers, you know, and fight through it. You know, a spiritual door might open up. You might start seeing that. Go to the Lord, because it's only going to make you stronger. Certain things the Lord is preparing. He's putting us through that fight. What is it? Fire. Yeah, refine. You got to go through that fire in order to be strong. You know, I remember, you bring it out. You prayed to the Lord one day for faith, and stuff just start coming at you. You know, yeah.
Don't feel a certain way.
Yeah, that was.
Yep.
Oh, we got it, bro.
Nah, I'm just saying, like that's personal experience right there.
Yeah.
Because I was going through some shit, and then, you know, long story short, I didn't have enough faith because I prayed and asked for it, but I didn't have enough faith. So it was like you could pretty much say that I did fail that day, you know. But that's why the Lord, you know, it makes you strong.
It makes you strong. Because, this is a fight. You know, this is a battle. Because we in enemy territory, you know. That's why the scripture says put on a whole arm, not half. When you go out to war, you got to put on the boot, pants, jacket, You got bring your artillery, weapons. Might have everything to fight, and it's a spiritual battle more than anything. That's why a lot of people they mock us, and that's why a lot of people fall out as well. But they mock us. They mock this truth. This truth is all about faith.
Hey, y'all ain't doing that. You're doing your videos. I've heard there was a brother that did a reaction, not a reaction, but a response on the Drewski video, right? Which he's not the only one. It was many mockers before him, all right? There's going to be many more after him. But and then a guy that did a reaction off it, he said, man, if you Israelites, y'all don't want it to happen, then stop doing what you're doing. For what? Right? For what? To go back to you? So I'm supposed to listen to a nation that don't know whether they want to be a male or female? Why the hell would I listen to somebody like that? Why the hell would I listen to somebody that says women are equal to men? I'm not listening to nobody like that, right? Why? I'm not listening to nobody that sprays chemicals over our heads, man. By the way, these ain't nothing but goddamn chemtrails, man. The sky is dusted up today. I think it's supposed to rain in a couple days, right? They do this every time it's about to rain, man. Right? So why would I stop? They made fun of the Hebrew names. They said, yeah, one day he was Kevin, and now he's whatever name they wanted to make up. So you want us to stay Kevin, all right? No, man.
Say, let the dead bury the dead.
Exactly. That's one of my favorite scriptures, man. Right?
This is Matthew 22 and 37. Yahweh said unto him, thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, and with all thy soul, and with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
Yeah.
On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
That was
You know why I would say it? Because like when you go back to the sojourners was considered strangers, and a lot of them were poor. And that's why the Messiah said, I bring to you a new commandment. Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself, which is already from the old commandment. But he was saying it to the Pharisees because they was like, it was like they was going off.
Yeah.
And that's why he was throwing them to the law and saying the law can't save you. Because what these Pharisees was doing, they wasn't helping. Like Matthew 23, they wasn't helping. And that's why the Lord healed people on Sabbath day. And they would come and say, let's investigate. Who's this man that's going to heal on the Sabbath day? You know what I'm saying? So he was showing what's more important than law is the love of the Messiah. That's what it was all for anyway.
That man, the blind man, I think it was a lame man, that Bethesda.
Fool of Bethesda.
Yeah.
And a blind man.
Nobody wanted to come put him into the water.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
They were breaking the second commandment.
Yeah.
Because the law was used as a tool for power.
Right.
That's where you get cursed be the law.
Yeah.
When you go to Deuteronomy, it says, blessed be, it says, cursed be those that keepeth not the law and say amen.
Yep.
That was the curse of the law.
Yep. So while you're claiming that you keep the law, you're really going against it at the same time.
Yep.
Right?
Like them getting hit.
Yeah. Yep. So what you're doing, so what you're doing is you're putting the law over the Lord, and that's breaking the first commandment right there. You know,
the law was made for a sinner.
And that's one of the things that what's his name had a problem with, the one that was in charge of the Marshall. He had a problem with that. He was talking about a lot of the Old Testament contradictory, like he said, for example, the Jericho or something like that.
Right.
I think the day they did it with Jericho, something that had to do with the Sabbath.
Right.
But the thing is, when the Lord tells you to do something, it doesn't see with Marcion. And these Marcionites out here today didn't understand. The Marci was a dumbass, man. When the Lord tells you to do something, it don't matter what day it is. Because who made the Sabbath? The Lord is the one that made the Sabbath, which means he's above that. So if the Lord gives you a commandment, let's go take the inner harbor, but it's the Sabbath, right? What you gonna do? Nah, Lord. See, it's the Sabbath day, man. It's the Sabbath.
But that's where the first commandment comes into play.
Yeah.
Even when you have what you call the Passover,
Right. Exactly.
at the time it falls on,
Right.
you're striking the fire.
You're striking the
The
fire.
Lord said it.
Right.
And the Lord was, and what Marcion said, that this God is contradictory.
Exactly. He had a problem. He had a problem with the multiple wife thing, right? He had a Marcion. You Christians are Marcionites, man.
That's all. That's why they don't believe in the Old Testament like that.
Exactly. They may read it here and there, probably like Marcion did. He probably read, some of it, but then that's when he went to, I think the court or some building he was at, and it was like, what doctrine are you bringing here? What they said, what the hell is this? So then that's when he got pissed off, and he ran off, and he gathered a bunch of followers, and then the Lord had it with him on that one. He gathered a bunch of followers, and now look at it. It blew up because the Lord wanted it to happen.
Yeah, that guy, Columbus, Ohio Israelite.
Yeah.
The one who looked like a white guy.
Yeah.
He a Marcionite now.
Yeah.
All them years he was pushing the truth.
Mm-hmm.
That's good. Showing you how, it's all about the elect. You could do 10, 15, 20 years, and then you can turn around and drop out.
What did you Jake say? Absolutely.
So what Jake, but you people out there gotta understand, because y'all think y'all so secure because you've been in this thing for X amount of years. Well, like you said, 15, 20, 30 years is how long to the Lord? You know what?
Look at Elazar.
Yeah. How long is that to the Lord?
No time.
That's no time at all. That's barely even a half a day. That's barely even a few minutes. Right? A minute at that.
You're talking about seconds.
1,000 years. Yeah, you're talking about seconds. 1,000 years here is one day to the Lord. So how 50?
So your life ain't even a fucking minute.
Fuck no. Let's say you live to 75, right? It's barely even a minute.
Barely a minute.
So this realm is still the Lord's realm because He created. So that's why it's important to stay faithful. No matter, you got some brothers out there that say, yeah, man, I've been in this thing 10, 20 years, man. I've been in this thing. It don't matter, right? It does to a degree, no doubt. You put your time in because we still got to go according to our time. But you got to remember, man, you let that get to your head, the Lord will have the way of letting you know, like, nigga, you are on my time.
And the Lord said He exalted who He will.
Yep.
So you can be under somebody in order to put you over that person.
Yeah. Yep.
Jake, that's why it's not too good to be all hot-headed.
Yeah. Right.
Now, I've been in the truth longer than you.
Yeah.
You ain't nothing but a babe. Yeah. That was the name, the Trinidadian state. Yeah. Don't call me a babe. A babe? What? Nigga, you the babe. Well, guess what? I'm a babe that's cared for. You're a wicked adult. What would you rather be? And remember, the Lord considered the men as sheep and as children. When the scripture says, if you offend one of these little ones, well, if I'm a babe, you offended the little ones.
Yeah.
I don't like that. Using time and time in and control over Jake. Now the man has to be respected if his spirit is older.
Yeah.
But damn, you got to respect them too, though, to a degree.
Yeah. Yeah, they don't give you license to treat new brothers like shit, man.
Yeah, treat the younger like brother.
Yeah. They don't give you no license to treat brothers like pieces of shit, man.
If anything, you gotta look over them, bro. Look over the brother, younger brother. That's the duty.
I remember John, the house I wanted John. But the Most High wanted Peter.
Yeah.
Peter was over John.
Yeah. And John ran to the sepulchre or whatever first,
Mm-hmm.
and he had to wait for Peter. He was like, look, man, I'm over you. Sit your ass in line.
Yep. Hey. Yep. John, you better not get there before me.
Even when the Lord came down and they went up on the mountain, they Elijah, Moses appeared. And the Lord said, "This is my son, who I have appointed."
We'll talk up.
Yeah. There was a situation when the transfiguration, and he said, "This is my son, who I have." It was order.
Yeah, like the scriptures say, let everything be done decently and in order, right? So when we in this thing, man, everything has to, that's why we enforce AI will even tell you that, yes, we, Great Millstone specifically, we enforce order. That's why Salaka, that's why we're not with all the gimmicks and making excuses for people when they say, all these debates, like when people say Genesis, say that, the salvation is coming to other nations, right? We're not going to make excuses for you because you said what you said. But the other people, like that dumbass Sabat, who falsely accused Great Millstone of threatening his life, by the way, he says that's why he stopped. You're a cowardly lion. Let's say that did happen, which it didn't. But let's say that did happen. If somebody threatened your life, how many times over the years, even y'all brothers that ain't even been in this thing that long, we've had our lives threatened, right? Just not too long ago, we got attacked. Are we still here?
Yeah.
But yet his young lion fighting the Philistines in a march.
Yeah, where you at?
The scripture says, live peaceably amongst all men. Then they up there in a camera, bleeding and shit. That WWE shit.
Yeah.
He probably took a little razor blade and cut his head, dumped some oil on his face.
Probably put some of that red dye.
So dumped some red dye #2 on his face and shit.
What they say, man, when he was, showing the brother leaking this shit. We gonna fight for the Lord. Man, we asking the Lord to fight for us, man. The Lord don't need us to fight for him.
They go back to them Z-Lots.
Yeah.
You had the Essenoids,
The
Z-Lot, yeah. And there was another group. And they was on fire for trying to take down the Romans.
Yep. I know the Pharisees was one of those groups.
Well, but some of them were a lot of sellouts.
Yeah. Yeah, you had so many different groups of Israelites in that day, man. Yeah, there was another one actually, believe it or not. Yeah.
So them Z-Lots are back today.
Yeah. Yeah, appreciate it. Come on. This is 1 Thessalonians 5. Exodus. Exodus 8 verse. It says, but let us who are of the day be sober, putting on the breastplate of faith and love, for an helmet, the hope of salvation. For Yahweh have not appointed us to wrath, but to obtain salvation by our Lord Yahweh Shah Mashiach. Yeah. So we're not out here to be trying to fight somebody. So we fight spiritual fight. We out here to bring out the words of the Lord. That's just all I'm fighting.
It's Romans 13 right here.
Romans 13. 13. A lot of y'all is with the gimmicks. That's why y'all keep using that same video like that dumbass Bizarre sit up there using the same old video about what we talk about the rape thing, using that same old video. But guess what, man? Like I said, y'all can keep that's a video that everybody's seen already. Are we changing our tune now? We're not. What's right is right.
Well, that's why I show that older Bible. That's what that says.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's the old Bible before the 1611.
The word they use for that, if I can remember correctly. Yep. Leisure? Lecture? Yeah. You know what if I could say? When back on ancient times, the father would you know, they would sell their daughters off, you know, and that would be a source of income, you know.
It was property.
Yeah, it was profit. So, and it was also a business exchange as well, you know. So now you got these niggas that go and, you know, the like how you always say, who gives this daughter away? The daughter already gave herself away, you know. And that when you go into like the exchange of how much like that exchange would be today, that's like close to like $250,000.
Yeah, but see, you know what it is. Those women like that shit. That's how they get those wives, because they suck us for the woman.
Right.
They bow down on their knees. They're rapists.
What up, them name Jake, man? They won't go after Islam for that. What about the fact it was in the Quran with the scratching the sperm flakes off? Yeah. That was Aisha, which was what, 9 years old?
Yeah.
Yeah, I did some research on that. Yeah, she was 9 years old.
Right. But nowadays, Jake wanna, you know, be suckers for the women and give all their, you know, their earnings to the fucking women, man. You know, the father ain't got no say so in whatever, you know, with giving his daughter away to a man. I understand it, and this daughter done bringing all these children home and everything like that. All these men that they done dealt with, you know, it's nothing but confusion out here. You know, so if a man just took your daughter, you know, and then pay you for shit back then, that's pretty much raping a woman. You know, you done took this man's livelihood. You gotta take this. You gotta.
The reason why they took it, they still consider it a crime.
Right.
But if you took a man's daughter, right, and then you locked him up and killed him, and let's say he humbled that woman, is that woman any more good? So he has to stay, and because women were property, you would have to give the damsel's father 50 shekels of silver, and that's if she wasn't betrothed.
Right.
That's all that was.
Right.
Nowadays, I was watching a series where this old white Edomite man, he took a woman, a young girl when she was like 12, and he raised her up, had children with her and everything. And he trained her, not to say her name anymore, all that shit. He had her perfectly trained. Well, it all came out that he took her. So now they claim they have to reprogram her to make her back a normal person. No, you were supposed to let him keep her. But what he was supposed to do, because he's wicked as hell, he was supposed to get a father, and it wasn't supposed to be some hidden event. Look, I took your daughter. She's mine now. Here's the money. I'm going to pay you the dowry or whatever. This is what it is. And that's it. Because now it don't matter. You can have, a woman can sleep with 100 men and it's okay.
Oh, they brag about that shit. I slept an X amount of minutes, 24 hours. Yeah.
Well, there's nothing against that, though.
Triple digits, by the way.
But you know who just as guilty? The men.
The men are.
The men don't get away with that shit. The men are possibly responsible for the whore.
I saw a dumbass woman say, I don't date. She said, I date to marry. That's why I don't date. The dumbest thing. She said she dates to marry, but that's why she doesn't date. What kind of dumbass shit is that? So you date to marry, but you don't date. So you just being a whore. So you say, oh, I'm not marrying this man. I'm just gonna have sex with him. I mean, these women, they mindset is all.
Because he allows that shit. Them damn Edomites. You damn Edomites.
You allow that shit. You know? This is the whole people.
Everybody go to the little hideout, the honeycomb hideout. It's a little Asian 13-year-old.
Yeah. You know, you probably hunched over in a corner just yakking.
Whacking.
Go ahead.
Yeah, you know, that's the product of America, of Babylon. They normalize wickedness. You know, which it shouldn't be normalized. You know, harlotry, Mohism, all that is normalized here in America, man, which is not supposed to be. All that's supposed to be put away. It's supposed to be done away with. You know, in our laws, if a man was immoral, one committed, you know, to another woman, you know, committed adultery, did certain things, you would be put to death, or you'll be put out. You'll be put out of the congregation of Israel for a certain amount of time. You know, like that happened to Moses. Very good. Still out to get her and Aaron against Moses, and the Lord, you know, he gave you know, leprosy, man. He had to be put away from the congregation for a little while, man. You know, for certain things that's happening here in America, wickedness is being normalized. It has to be, you know, ostracized. It has to be done away with. You
Yeah, that's why we cry loud. We cry in Babylon.
know, we look at our voice. That's all we see. You know, women left dressed half naked. You know, men are out of their mind.
These guys are half naked too.
Oh man.
You know, especially, you know, you see everything.
This is 1 Corinthians 6:9. It says, "Know ye not that the unrighteous shall not inherit the kingdom of Jehovah? Be not deceived, neither fornicators, nor idolaters, nor adulterers, nor effeminate, nor abusers of themselves with mankind, nor thieves, nor covetous, nor drunkards, nor revilers."
If I may say real quick, everything that you just read so far is 99.9% of the population out here today. Yeah, everything. I'm talking about men, women, whatever. Children even, yeah. Oh my goodness, yeah, the children too. Everybody.
They've been causing the animals to do it.
Yep. Everybody. When the Lord said he's going to make the earth sick, it only makes sense if we're punished and the earth is made for our sakes. Yeah, the earth has to be polluted. That's part of our punishment, right?
And everybody out here wearing a fucking mask too.
You know,
They don't know what type of sick these people be doing, man.
they're afraid of that winter vomit disease.
What the fuck is that?
It's a new disease that's going around. It was specifically for winter, mind you. that C to the D, you know the rest. They know what they're doing, man. But that's East. I mean, that's the Lord, man. You know, you got it. Come on.
It says, "Nor extortioners shall inherit the kingdom of Jehovah."
Right, so the thing is, everything he just listed, that's what you see it in America. Man. You see feminine, you see fornicating, you see a lot of adultery going on. You see just not the harlot, you know. But keep going.
It says, "And such were some of you."
Right, so for some of you, some of us, like we got our fair share of the world. Some of us, were adulterers. Some of us were fornicators.
Yeah.
Stealing, you know, extorting people. You know,
This society, even in the truth, not the adultery part or none of the other crazy shit, but we still got shit with us, and like the lying and things like that. Being in a world full of unrighteousness and infirmities, it kind of makes you like that. So we still have to do some, slick shit to get what we need, man. It is what it is.
like some type of guy out here in the world.
Yeah, you got to.
Look at what you need.
But the Lord,
If you're an honest person in this world, you're not.
no.
You gotta. That's honest with you.
That's because it's built off corruption.
Exactly.
They say, be wise and serpent.
Yeah, be wise and serpent.
Yeah. So it told us to be pretty much being serpent too, kind of. In certain ways, don't be overly wicked with it, right?
Like even if you're going to try to get a woman, you got to use guile with the woman.
Yeah.
You got to literally lie.
Yeah.
You can't go to a woman in the mindset you are now, and unless they are willing to understand the truth. You meet a regular woman on the street, you beneath me.
They be like, this Negro is crazy.
That's what they do in jail. They use all that guile on Jake. Policemen.
Yeah. Came looking for that. Yep. Goddamn, man. That boondock shit, man. When you look at that, it's majority because Jake, man, again, that's still making mockery of Jake. It's funny as hell. But that damn police, man, they put that on there, that's making fun of Jake. But what people don't understand, why the hell is police like that? In the kingdom, police ain't gonna be doing that shit. Right? Like I said yesterday, there's gonna be no police Johnsons in the kingdom, man. He's gonna be there as a person, but those actions of Diddy and shit, that shit ain't gonna be, that's not gonna happen. Why is that happening? Because those guys didn't rule shit, man. So please tell me, can't look at
Police and Diddy and them, they're not part of the branch that's broken off.
Yeah.
They're part of what comes out, new roots, when the children of Israel come together and we start having children. There'll be the new roots that'll spring out. Yeah. Instead of them that Jeremiah 2:21, that degenerate plants. The Lord is going to use us to exterminate the degenerate plant.
Yep. That's right. 100%.
But let me say the nuclear missile is going to exterminate that.
Yeah, not like that coming.
Yeah, he gonna be looking down. Like, yeah, I remember I was doing all this wicked shit.
Police gonna have his teeth again.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I was a warrior, but I'm a new warrior now.
Yeah, all those things that he just read was part of not bad. The degenerate what? Yeah. The degenerate bond. That's also part of the Bible.
Verse 11. It says, "As such were some of you, but ye are washed, but ye are sanctified, but ye are justified in the name of the Lord Yahuwah Shai, and by the Spirit of our God."
Right. Some of us like that. We've been washed, we've been sanctified by the word, by hearing of the word. And the Lord has blessed us to even allow us to, to even obtain this knowledge in this truth. I did all things that wicked things we've done with the Lord, and countless things, even in this life and in our past lives. We don't know. Some of us will probably did some wicked stuff, doing magic and practicing, magic, witchcraft, all those other things.
Saul did.
Yeah, Saul.
Worthy of that.
Yeah, we are worthy of that. It says in our Romans. Yeah. We all fall short.
Read it loud.
Yep.
That's a Christian's favorite scripture.
What's that?
Romans 3:22.
Oh yeah, 3:28. Oh no, Romans 3. Yeah. Romans 3 actually comes down when you get down to the end.
They need to stay out of Romans, man.
God. This is Romans 3:23. It says, "For all have sinned and come short of the glory of God."
Right. We all sin. We come short of the glory of the Lord. But now we have the opportunity. But now we have the opportunity to repent and show him that we're sorry.
Yep. Yeah, a lot of them felt like when he's talking in that time, they felt like they ain't sinned. Like, nah, we free of sin. That's why the Lord said, "Let them not sin." But when you go into reincarnation, all of sin, right? The Lord don't punish you, Job or anybody else. You know what I'm saying? You don't get punished unless even his own son.
Yeah. Blind man.
Yeah, all of them, everybody. But you never see him go around healing heathens because they don't have the law to sin. That woman at the well in John 4, he didn't tell her, heal, be saved, repent.
Right. Yep.
He never said that. Because we're his chosen special people. Yep. Oh, yes. Oh no, I was just listening to what's
Oh,
happening.
okay, okay.
In California just came out to, this autistic Baltimore.
All right, all right.
Have you heard of us? You know,
I didn't see it.
Oh, please, hold on.
Oh, yeah. No, my nephew.
Okay.
Oh, man.
Well, I love it.
My nephew. Yeah, a lot. Yeah.
Yep. Y'all are believers of the Bible? Believe in it.
No,
he said, do you believe in the Bible?
Oh, no, I'm not a Bible.
Oh, you're not a Bible believer. Okay.
No.
Can I ask why you're not a Bible believer?
Because what I do is I look at all different texts,
Okay.
the Torah,
Okay.
all of them, and just take what I need. But
Right.
to say I'm a Bible believer, not hook, line, and sinker, there's
Okay.
some things in there that I always question. I believe God's the African woman and heaven is between her legs. So I really have my own set of beliefs.
Where did you learn that God is a woman?
Well, because
She might be a goddess, but you're a god.
oh yeah, so is she.
He's a goddess. You're a god. Is man and woman equal?
What's that?
Is man and woman equal?
It does say she is equal.
Is that?
She gives
Okay,
birth.
so if somebody
We can't
come to rob her, who's going to protect her? You?
Right, but we can't give birth like she can.
Yes, you do.
No, I can't give birth.
Yeah, you
She
do.
gives birth from her womb.
No, but where's the life come from?
The womb.
No, the life comes from your nutsack.
But I can't have a baby come out.
Nor
of
she
that.
can she if without you.
Right, there's no equality there. We just come with all of our separate.
Exactly, it's no equality because the
Yeah.
man is the head.
Right.
The life is implanted in the woman.
Right.
The woman is the one that holds the life and gives birth.
There you go.
Right, true.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, see, we shouldn't be having that conversation because the
Right.
Lord made man and woman to procreate.
Bingo.
But at the end of the day, you're the head of the woman. You got more
Yeah, say
testosterone.
more.
You got
Say more.
testosterone,
Well,
right?
what do you mean by that when you say I'm the head?
You're the leader. If somebody's breaking in the house, who's going to protect her? You,
Right.
right? So if you're going to protect her, then don't that make you the leader?
Well, no, because she brings certain things that make her the leader.
Like what?
Right.
Like what?
Let me tell you, there'd be no me without her.
How?
Because she brings that peace to justice, harmony, balance. She brings.
So
that
you need
to
a
me.
woman to get peace, harmony, and
Oh,
justice?
absolutely.
Where's
The
that?
African
I don't need a woman to
the
get
African
peace.
Woman, oh, absolutely. I don't do it by myself.
Huh?
There's no
So
balance
everything
by
here
myself.
is built by women. Cars, the buildings, the food you get, everything you get, is this all by women?
I don't understand.
Right, because men are the creators of everything.
But we bring
Of civilization.
We bring different things to the table.
Of course.
And they balance each other.
Yes, but
So
you're the
there's
head.
no head or
There is a
we
head.
all bring equally.
Okay, so you don't think there's a head. You don't think man is above the woman.
No.
Right. But you put your penis inside a woman,
Right.
and that's how she gets pregnant.
Right.
Right? You're the dominant species over a woman.
You have to say more because saying that by itself really
Okay,
doesn't.
civilization is created by men, yes? Yes or no?
No, you tell me what you mean by that because
Everything you see, the cars, the buildings, everything you see was erected and built by men, not by women. All technology. What woman ever ran an empire? Name me one woman. Don't say Cleopatra.
or Nzinga. No,
Huh?
Nzinga, you don't count Nzinga.
What's Nzinga?
Queen Nzinga, she ran an empire
And where at?
in West Africa.
What year?
Angola.
What year? And guess who was behind her? See, like when you talk about women running empires, like Cleopatra out of the Ptolemies of the white man, okay, most of these women were ran by men. They use women. Like who runs these empires? What women running empires today? What women running empires today? Look at those men. That's who running everything. No doubt the black woman is a special woman. The Israelite woman, by the way.
She is a special woman, but that takes away from you being a special man.
How does
So
that
why
take
you want
away?
to call her a god when she's a goddess and you're a god?
How does that take away?
It does take away because you're the strength.
She
Is
doesn't
your
bring
woman the
strength to
strength?
me? Yeah, she doesn't bring strength to me.
She shouldn't. You should have your own
She should
strength.
not.
What kind of man don't have his own
Oh,
strength?
shit, it don't matter whether I have it or not. If
It does matter.
It wouldn't be anything without
And
her.
this is why our
What do we
men
do
are
by
screwed the
ourselves?
hell up.
But this is why we don't do things by ourselves. Without her, we'd be nothing.
Like what?
Without her,
I
we'd
can
be
wash
nothing.
my own clothes. I can do my own dishes. All I need a woman
Wow.
for is sex
Wow.
and companionship.
Wow.
How about y'all?
Is that
What do y'all think?
So,
Okay.
in simple terms, if the relationship fails, then you're pretty much just nothing more dead.
I got a question, man. What can't you do? What can't you do without your woman?
What's that?
What can't you do without?
What can't I do without my woman?
If you said without her,
Right. So she brings that balance, that peace and harmony in my
Well,
life
I'm
I
asking-
otherwise wouldn't have.
well, I'm asking specifically, what can't you do without?
Can you go to work?
You go to work. You work.
I can't have a baby.
Yes, you can have a baby
How can I do it without her?
because
Okay, I'm saying
and she can't do it without you.
well, bingo. That's what
Yeah,
I'm trying
but
to
that's
say.
talking about giving life. But we're talking about walking on this earth.
Right.
What can you do? What can't you do, like he said, without your woman?
And leave up there having babies stuff. But we already went.
All right, we already went over that. But she's my inspiration for everything I do.
That's your
And without-
inspiration.
absolutely.
Not the God of the Most High God.
No, right there.
Okay, you're a simp.
He's worshiping another god.
That's the woman.
So my
Get that in Jeremiah 44.
So another question: why did you stop up here? If another question, other than to inquire,
Right.
why did you stop up here?
Because you sound like you guys are doing powerful things and saying powerful things. And I felt it over there and I said I wanted to come here. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
But to
We ain't
say-
got to agree, but
To
it's
say
so
you
powerful.
can't do nothing without your woman is insane.
I know.
Because there's a lot of independent women saying that they don't need men, right? Tell me I'm lying.
But they're the ones who are insane. Any of us that think that we don't need each other is insane. That's true insanity.
Okay, well, you do need your wife when it comes to procreation. And when it comes to other things like her nurturing. She nurtures the baby. That's her point. That's her life is to please you, give you sex, take care of your children, and that's it. Your job is to lead the house, protect your wife, you know, at the end of the day, because what is the greatest thing in a relationship? You tell me.
Why you guys have a UFO on your
We'll get to that later.
letter?
What is the greatest thing in a relationship? You tell me.
Jesus.
The greatest thing, and Jesus was a man too, by the way. But what is the greatest thing in a relationship?
The greatest thing in a relationship is reciprocity.
Okay, what is that?
That's where we do for each other. And
Bullshit.
It's back and forth, and we have to.
Bull
have
crap.
to
If the society
give it-
crashed, let's say there's no police.
Okay,
Follow
good.
me. No
Bad
police.
idea.
Society crashed. What do you think going to happen? The greatest thing for her is you protecting her.
Right,
Because without you, she gets raped.
right,
Tell me I'm lying.
right.
So yeah, y'all can work together. That's true. But the greatest thing about any relationship is a man's protection to his woman.
Okay, we disagree because I believe it's the family that's created.
No, the family stop. What's the word family mean?
What's the word?
What's the word family mean?
Yeah.
The word family comes from the word father.
Right.
Right. So your lineage. That's why any patriarchal lineage starts with the father, all the way down. A lot of that is the Nuwapianism, Black conscious community, and they uplift these women. And you see a lot of single women now. Because remember Brother Polite, who was talking about the black woman is God, and he rapes his God. What kind of madness is that? So the key is to protect. Why are we having an argument, a conversation about who's better or not? Because at the end of the day, it's supposed to be us working together. Right. All I'm telling you is that you're the head and the leader of the home. And what makes it so important is you can protect her. Without protection, without the police, she is screwed. And she can even tell me if I'm telling the truth or not.
Yeah, if she could go put you on child support. Yeah, who gives her that power? Who empowers the woman to? It wasn't them.
No, the white men did that. They the one promoting feminism. Can I ask you, what do you follow? What religion? Is it European, Pan-Africanism, or
African liberation theology.
African liberation? Okay. Now, when you go to African liberation, who started that? Because we all know what Africa means. You should know what the word Africa means. That came from a white man named Leo Scippius Africanus. Right. Yeah. But when you go to Pan-Africanism, what was his name? That started the Marcus Garvey? No, not him. No, it was another man that started Pan-Africanism. He was set up by the Roman Catholic Church. A lot of the religions and a lot of things you see in Africa, the white man set that up. The British, going back to slavery. Go ahead. Who started Pan-Africanism? I can't remember his goddamn name. But this all go back to slavery. When you go back to slavery, they promoted this stuff to put this feminism, because all that's what you're teaching is, what you're listening to is feminism. And they promoted it and pushed that on it. I know. It is feminism.
Is it Henry Sylvester Williams?
No, it's a black guy. Gabo or whatever his fucking name is. Excuse the language. But feminism was started by white people. When you go back to 2,000 years ago, who was running everything? Was it mostly men running everything? Steve Biko. Steve Biko. Steve Biko. He's the one who started the Pan-Africanism. Steve Biko. He started the Black conscious community. And what they did is they told us, they pushed that. That comes from the Queen of Heaven in the Bible. You don't believe in the Bible, but it's in there. They were worshiping the God, the Queen of Heaven, the God of the woman. In fact, do you follow Christmas? Okay, good. That comes from the Queen of Heaven. Easter? No. None of them holidays. Well, that all comes from ancient Babylon. So does that worship of the woman. You're not supposed to worship your woman. A woman, you are supposed to lead your woman. You're supposed to lead her. Y'all can be one flesh, nothing wrong with that. Right. Y'all can work together, nothing wrong with that. But you're supposed to be the head of that flesh. That's all I'm saying. 1 Corinthians 11:8. But you don't believe in the Bible, so.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, no, I didn't mean I didn't believe in it. I said I'm just not a Bible,
See,
where I told everything in it.
What I'm saying, my brother.
Like people go around quoting the Bible like.
Yeah, what I'm saying, my brother, is there's nothing wrong with loving your wife. There's nothing wrong with giving her reference to a degree. Hey, this is my wife. She supports me. She's there for me. But you're her rock. She's not your rock. You're her rock. That's all I'm saying.
But that doesn't cancel out what I'm saying.
Okay, what are you saying?
I agree with everything you're saying.
Okay, all right. He's coming around.
Well, no, I was already there.
1 Corinthians 11:8, real quick.
I got it. This 1 Corinthians 11:8. It says, "For the man is not of the woman, but the woman of the man. Neither was the man created for the woman, but the woman for the man."
So let me ask you a question. When you talk about genome, right? When you talk about genealogy, who determines the sex of the child? My brothers can chime in, brother.
It's the man.
No. I was trying to get him to answer.
Okay. I was like, yeah, y'all tell me. Hurry up.
But what chrome? What chromosome?
Yeah, the YX chromosome, the man carries both. X and the Y chromosome, and the woman only carries the what? The X. Yeah, because through the X, we should all know this, but through the X is that. When you lie down with a woman, you insert your seed into her.
That's why you hear a man say, when they got their little son, yeah, that's my seed, that's my seed. Right, the seed comes from the word spermia in the Latin. So what determines her sex? X, right? XX. And the men is XXYY. What determines her sex is her father. It's the father that determines the sex. This is science.
Nobody's arguing with it.
So that's the point. This woman,
this woman, but
you love your woman. That's all. It's not wrong with that.
But you haven't said anything different from that. I mean, I don't see there being any thing here because everything you're saying is true.
Yeah, but then that means y'all not equal.
The fact that, but equality is not what I look for. That's not my
Was that egalitarian?
Yeah, I don't look at equality.
But if I don't go right now, this woman is gonna kick my butt because I need to give it. But thank you guys for being. No problem, my brother. We're not trying to separate you as a family. No. We're just trying to bring some knowledge. You need to. You guys mind if hey, my brother. Will you protect her? Always have. Okay, so you're the head. Yeah. Well, that's okay. I don't know. Sorry. Can I take a picture? Yeah, you go ahead. I want to send this to my nephew. Okay. I love you. Yeah. But you know what I say about her? She stood fast. The average black woman. What the fuck are you talking about?
We ain't even talking about having multiple.
Oh, they just said men have multiple wives. They supposed to.
That's See, a lot of people call this what's the word? Misogyny.
Yeah,
that's a made up word, man. We're always just like feminism. This feminism that's being taught today. This feminism that's being taught today is not real feminism. Feminism that's being taught today is really masculinity, right? Feminism is supposed to be for feminine energy.
Damn the real hate.
You already got it. There you
That's
go.
all it is.
Exactly what it is.
All right, my brother. Take care. Thank you. Yeah, he loves his wife. You know, I love his wife.
I will say though, when I look at it. You see, I was looking at her the whole time. She's a succubus, man. That's what you call a succubus. And I hope the camera caught all that. What she was doing, that is a succubus right there, man. Yes. You saw it? Yeah, you saw it? I was looking at it. Yeah, she was.
You know, a lot of away with like,
yeah, come in. Yep.
So that time.
She didn't have to say nothing. You know, that was a succubus right there. If
fired a finger up behind and shit,
probably
whispering conking.
Yep. And you can tell the age.
Finger it up. She had his finger wrapped around him. Playing with his nipples.
Hell yeah. Look at her fingers. I knew you was on.
Yeah, that's some sick shit.
She was feeling on the entire time. She was feeling on him the entire time. Like and you notice when she started feeling on him and shit, did you see the way he was acting? He started fighting harder. Again, if y'all ain't never seen a succubus in real time, we call that live, man. That is a demon. You notice she didn't have to say shit. She said, "Yeah, I got this. Let me get to work." Every time he's about to speak, she goes, "She trying to feel that I saw that shit and all this shit. She was pulling on his nipples. That's why I kept looking at her. I'm like, what is she doing, man? What is she doing?" And I saw her wrap my arm around him, playing with him. Oh man, that is a succubus. The word of the Lord was still cutting him though. He couldn't get away. He was shaking and shit. You saw the way she turned around. She was trying her hardest, and as the spirit kept going, and those demons started getting shaken up, she started feeling on the morning. That's when she started feeling on his nipples and shit. That's when she started that shit. When the spirit was kicking. I'm telling you, man, that bitch was a succubus, man. She probably pegged that dude. Hell yeah. That's why I just asked you, brother. I probably come through the curtain. What the hell is going on? That's why I asked you, brother, on the side, man. I said it might be graphic, man, but is she taking him down or is that's what it is? She's pegging him out.
A lot of them are into the zodiac signs. Look like it.
He got his ass for. There's nothing you can do for him. Get it clean at 726.
I got it.
Soul has been
snatched.
Soul snatcher. Rita, come on, baby. She started rubbing his belly and shit. I was like, oh, the Wonder Woman last time. Yeah, she was sold.
Yeah, brother said, but before, right when she came up, she wasn't wearing lipstick at first, but that's how I put it on. You saw her put that blue lipstick. She get ready to blow him off, man.
Well, she's thinking about another man and shit.
Yeah, she probably saw us up here, you know. Hey, look, man, that's still a woman.
Man. Look, man, that woman, this is no joke. As I said before, Cam, and you got to be graphic about it. That woman's ears is behind her knee. I mean, that woman's knees is at her ears.
Yes.
When she on her back.
Yes.
And it ain't him. You can see that soft
man, he ain't doing shit with her.
He ain't doing nothing with her. It ain't him. But she got the control. He take care of her. She got a lapdog. But she got Thanos doing the dirty work.
They walk away. He put our hand like this. He came. Trying to show some control. She got grab making.
She trying to pull you up. She was linking them.
She gonna kick my
But guess what? Goku is sucking in all that power. They're gonna hit that shit.
They coming hard. Goddamn nut blast.
Read that, brother.
Yep.
He didn't believe in the Bible. What you gonna do? He said some queen. I was like, what the fuck queen is that?
I inducted without her.
Queen Zinga. What the fuck is he watching too much of TV?
You know you bugged out when you say you ducked without another person.
But you know what happened? She was in that polite shit, and polite turned her on to that power and how she can manipulate men. And then she met him, you know, did that succubus thing like the brother said, and flipped him. Probably literally.
Using them spells.
Well, spell.
That zodiac shit.
But don't get it twisted, brothers. Women are doing that to us now. The brothers now. Just not like that, but they still doing it.
Yeah, psychological.
Yeah, get it clear. 10:26.
Yeah. It says, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets, and her hands as bands.
Y'all see her hand? Was all on his ass, pulling on his nipples and shit like that. Probably got the, you know, them little stickers you put on that shock you and shit.
Oh yeah.
She probably already got it on him, hitting the button. Every time he say something, he jump. That's why he got jump. He probably had them nipple zappers on his nipples and shit.
No.
What you say, brother?
Right time.
Right time to the beard and shit. Bound him up.
They probably walk down the street. She probably fucking pick him up and shit.
Yeah, call his ass Mr. Bondo. Read it again, brother.
Yep. This is Ecclesiastes 7:26. It says, and I find more bitter than death the woman whose heart is snares and nets.
So the woman is a trap. We all know. A woman is a snare for a lot of men. You know, that's what a lot of brothers say. Our weakness, the main weakness is a woman. If not a woman, you got money.
You know, old that brother bring out a lot. The king.
GML.
I was about to say
He
something.
was asking with the strong.
Get it.
I'll get it. It's in 2 Corinthians 4, I think. I'll look it up for you.
Whichever one of y'all did it. He reads what you got.
Yeah.
Yeah, the milk.
It says, and her hands is banned. It says, whoso pleaseth the Lord shall escape her.
See, the reason why that demon came up, because that's an excuse for you brothers, man. I wasn't trying to say that women aren't needed. Women have a purpose, you know what I'm saying? You know, the support. But men really don't need women except for procreation and sex. I mean, you can cook your own food. This bullshit now that they talking about, that when you'll see them shows where the women say, I'm not cooking, you're on your own. Oh, but you're supposed to be able to cook yourself. A man's supposed to be able to cook. He's supposed to be able to clean, right? He's supposed to be able to take care of himself. What does a man really need? Think about it. But what does a woman need? A woman's standards are much higher than men. The greatest thing is protection. If society crashes, she know it. If society crash, all that goddess shit is out the door.
911 is out of order.
Because these women uplift themselves, man. And you men help uplift them.
She's like inspiration, man.
You got a sick in the head shit.
Yeah, and that's a good point. The men are the one that's made feminine.
Yeah.
They don't want to push them.
So how do you get the right to have abortion? Because of men.
That's why I asked those, like, so at this point, they're telling me if she needs some happen, you're just deadbeat. You're just all fucked up now.
Yeah.
That's how you know, man, he's gonna be real.
Yeah, when he walked in, he was Super Saiyan on top of his wife.
Fucking Thanos.
Thanos. Ah! Boom! He gonna be like, oh, baby, what have you done?
Yeah.
He gonna put the gun to his head, boom!
Yeah.
He'll blow his head off, man.
Before then, that's when the cameras start getting rolled.
Man, what are you doing, man? Why this ain't right? Yeah.
Fucking holding it down, hand around her neck with the infinity gauntlet.
See, with a superhero jamming his goddamn wife, when they got a balled up like an 8-ball on the bed. You know what I'm saying? And a big Deontay Wilder looking Negro standing in the back with tattoos all over his chest. You see that guy ain't strong, man. He don't have a bit of strength. That's her toy. That's her toy. That's all he is. And a lot of you brothers don't realize that's why I dealt with him. Because that's the example of what women has done to us. And we don't even realize it. You break up with the woman, she cries, baby, I'm sorry. She brings you a dinner, you know what I'm saying? She probably give you some whatever, you know what I mean? She's like, yeah. She like, yeah, I got that nigga again. Tell her girlfriend, yeah, I got that nigga. Yeah, did you do what I say, girl? Yeah. Yeah, I licked him good. He's all right now. And then she plays you.
Yeah.
So you become in this repetitive cycle of torture. And if I was taught by real men in the past, I wouldn't have got caught in that shit. The first time that shit would have happened to me, I'd be like, the hell with you. Because you got to understand, they made that song, There's Over Fish in the Sea, girlfriend, only wild and all that. Do you know women outnumber men by a high percentage? Outnumbered. So our value is higher than a woman.
Yeah, I think it's like 7 to 1, something like that. Maybe even higher than that.
Now, don't get it wrong. When 144,000 come, there's going to be a lot of women coming. That's when women come in their fear and their feminine self, femininity, and they understand. And then when a woman start understanding, I can be replaced. But then they had that, what's that song by Beyonce, Irreplaceable shit. And these dumbass niggas fall for that.
Yep.
Well, replace me then. I'll go get 3 more.
Yep. It's easy. It's easy for us, right, to get a bunch of women. That's easy. That ain't no work, especially in this oversexed society any goddamn way. That's fucking easy.
But it's hard because we look at these women as our possession.
Yeah.
And we don't want nobody else laying with them. So that's the trap.
Yep, exactly.
The more you care, the more screwed you are. That's what I found out. Yeah. Jake, I'm telling you, there's brothers that was in this camp, brothers in different camps. I had to talk with some brothers in the outside camp and, you know, putting them down with that. You know, when you overly care, you get screwed.
And it
the
always
woman
shows.
has to prove herself.
It always shows, man. Every time you told Jake, and they, you know, did what you told them not to do, and they overly care. That's what happened.
But what did he say? This is my rock here. This is my glory. This is my You know what he did? This is like he don't believe in the Bible, but these were real accounts in the ancient time.
In the Proverbs, yeah. This is Proverbs chapter 31. I'll start at 1. This says the word of King, the mouth, the mouth was King Solomon. It says the prophecy that his mother taught him. What, my son, and what? The son of my womb, and what? The son of my vow? Give not thy strength unto women, nor thy way to that which destroyeth kings.
Give your strength unto women. You know, put your all into these women. They'll destroy kings.
Yeah. In her incident, that was she was dealing with King David, right? And in her own instance, she was telling him how to get down. Because the reason why she said they destroyed kings because King David down there got destroyed behind her. What she did, you know, and what both of them did. But that almost took that actually was the start of the kingdom falling. When David went off in adultery, that was one of the signs of our kingdom falling. When he lay with it was her name Bathsheba.
Yeah, it said his line would be curse behind that.
Never since then, right after Solomon, Solomon start falling, and then Solomon's son, and it just went totally downhill.
So we can really say from David
David,
is where our problems really begin, all the way down under the curse.
Damn.
What we gonna do? We gonna get mad at the Lord?
Better not. I mean, what you can't do anyway.
You better not. And that dude is under a real curse. He dialogued though. I give him to him.
He did.
And the woman didn't say nothing.
I thought I was getting ready to turn into a melee. Even under the circumstances.
Yeah.
You get it back.
He's right on the electrical shock. Nipple shock. You know things you put on your muscles on those hands?
Yeah.
And you can feel the electricity coming through them. Yeah, he probably had the choice on his nipple.
With the little thin ass metallic wire.
Yeah, the thin wire. Say, yeah, baby, this would be cool. Put this on. And she probably stuck it on him, licked it, and then stuck the motherfuckers on there.
Everybody's playing a sick game.
you can stand up there while I play.
Because every time we talked to him, you saw him jerk a little bit.
She kept doing this.
Like, why are you taking? So what she did is reach around and make sure the pads was fully pushed onto the nipples and shit.
Probably put some of that tire, seal it.
Yeah, to seal it, they glue and shit on there.
See the black ass.
All right, that's enough, baby. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, man. That was all big thing. Somebody called? Go ahead, brother. Did you find
I got it.
That's some funny shit, though. It's sad, but it's funny.
Like, come on, man. Like,
I believe she had them electroshocks on him and shit. Right on his nuts, too.
probably. That would probably be even more effective.
Because his legs was jumping. I was like, what the fuck?
Number one, he came up all weird too. Like, it would be arm brothers and shit. Like, oh, that's all I was like, watch your thing. Yeah, like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
You said Pegazar.
But I guarantee you, those women, they will not tell you that they're going somewhere getting the Thanos.
Yeah.
They're not going to tell you that. She's not going to tell them that.
The T-800.
Look, baby, you're soft. It's the way I like you.
Yeah.
What'd you say, the T-800?
The T-800. The Terminator.
The Terminator.
Oh, shit. That's a T-800.
Yeah, God, you know, she's not going to tell you all that.
T-1000. Oh,
see, these women, right, they want a toy. They want a play toy. But they also want a sex option.
Yeah.
They have multiple demons. Right? That's what that weird Edomite with the Santa Claus had. That's what that weird Edomite. You know what I'm saying?
I forgot the name of him. Shot a guy up.
Bondo. Yeah. That's why I call him Mr. Bondo.
Yeah, they call it ESF. Yeah.
Mr. Bondo.
Yeah.
She probably got, when you probably go in their room, she probably got chains and cackles hanging up all on the wall and all kind of toys.
You'll talk that's for her.
Dangling dolls, dildos hanging and shit.
Gifts.
They what?
They call them gifts.
Yeah. What the hell?
They call that shit a gift. I forgot about that. She said he's a gift. That's what he reminds me of. He gives those
energy like a gift.
That when they dress up in the fucking leather and shit.
Yeah.
That's the domination. Yeah, it's a fucking gift.
And she probably gets off on that.
Yes. Yeah.
She probably orgasms heavy off that shit.
Yes. She a Terminator herself.
But then she got somebody else to go through the other way to make her feel good.
To dom her.
To dom her out. Yeah.
Every dominatrix has a dom over.
See, they the worst kind of women because she poses super feminine. And you know who taught her that? That Sandetta. That's a product of Sandetta, man.
Yes.
That demon. He's a problem of the so-called black community, man. Teaching that black woman of God. I said, well, if she's a goddess and you're a god. Goddess means less. Now, we can't do without one of. Well, that might be true if that's what you think. But when it all comes down to it, when it all comes to protection, she's going to need you. And that's the point.
That's the point.
The greatest gift, the greatest thing about any relationship is the owner protecting the weaker. Just like a mother lioness protecting her cub, or a king lion protecting the children.
Yeah.
That's the greatest thing. You wouldn't say a woman and a child is equal.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Tell a woman, you're equal to your child.
Oh, no,
she wouldn't believe that shit.
Yeah. They be like, man.
You over the woman, ain't you? I mean, you over the children, ain't you? Fucking. Go ahead, brother.
This is him.
Yeah, what is it?
That's
Mr.
a
Bond, though. Yeah.
They call him. Good job, Mr. Bond. James Bond.
Yeah.
I got that.
Go ahead, read that.
Count for you.
So now the dogs and the goddamn owners are equal too. Crazy.
Well, they do treat the dogs like people now.
Like them black women when they got children, right? And you come in the house, what's more important? My children is the most important. Then you got to get up. If a woman tells you her children is more important than you, then you got to leave. You have no reason there. You're supposed to be the most important because you protect the house. And this is what happened when the scripture says they all robbed and spoiled, Isaiah 42. That's spoiled. When a woman can say, yeah, I'm calling 911. Let them get into it. I'm calling 911 on your ass. And then the police come in there. He handcuffed. He said, oh, I'm used to this anyway. He slips out of them damn handcuffs.
This is a key. They were
that thing is not automatic. And the brother brought out a good point. I think it was you about the child support. Yeah, man. All right, go ahead, brother.
I gotta. I'm gonna bring that out in a second. But just what you just now said, right? Ecclesiastes chapter 25, verse 25. Also, Sirach 25, verse 25. It says, "Give the water no passage, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad. If she go not as thou wouldest have her, cut her off from thy flesh, and give her a bill of divorce."
See, that man has a low esteem.
Yeah,
that's what it boils down to. Yeah, and she's a nice-looking woman.
Yeah,
and what she did is put on that blue lipstick to show more of her charm, to weaken him even further. He feels like life is no good without him. That's how Mr. George is across the street. He's an older guy, man, got a younger woman. You know what I'm saying? And she manipulates him. I was in foster care, my foster mother. She could never control me. And I loved it. I believe I was going off. But there's just something in me that just did not allow women to control me like that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Women will control you, bro.
So pretty much it has to be like this, okay? It sounds like Rick Sleep. It's like this, okay? If it's not your way, then it's no way. You know? If as you as a man, if it's not your way, then it's no way.
And that's why it's not good to have a woman in society.
Exactly.
Because every way is given to the woman.
Yep.
There's no way, like, we keep bringing this out, me and this brother. Fear is what's missing.
Right.
And that's why I explained to him, with the police shut down, everything shut down, I said, she's going to get raped. What are you going to do? You got to protect her. So if you got to protect her, and even though she's carrying your seed, as he keeps saying, you are still responsible for her and that seed of yours.
Yes.
But somehow she's greater than you when the greatest gift is protection.
Yes.
And somebody just come, look, if society shut down right now, they wouldn't be walking around like that.
That feminine shit going out the door, man.
Guy gonna come with a gun, okay, before it take your money, but I want your money and your woman.
Yep.
What you gonna do?
Yeah.
And that nigga so much of a simp, he not gonna fight to the death.
Yeah.
I ain't let nobody take my woman from me like that. I'm just gonna, we both gonna go to the death. The hell with that.
That's why it makes sense that they're going to switch over real fast. The society break down. They're going to fight a lot.
Yep.
Because it's just an act.
And she gonna get rid of him because he can't protect her. She can't. Go ahead, brother.
So, I'm gonna start at verse 3.
Oh, there's some Christian woman there. All right.
Christian woman. I don't know what all that shit is on the side.
They're none?
Yeah.
Okay, so I come into the parish. Some shorts on all the way up. Hands on my hips. I have a confession. Shit hanging out and shit. I have a confession.
Yeah. I'm your Jehovah this time.
Goddamn nuns. You know, but that's their spirit, man. That's how the Lord got it. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
But meanwhile, the Pope is smashing all the little children and boys.
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, I'm gonna start at verse 3, so I'm not like all day on this.
Right.
But this is first Ezra chapter 3 and verse 3. It says, and when they had eaten and drunken, talking about the governors and the captains of you know, from India and Ethiopia and all that. It says, and when they had eaten and drunken and being satisfied were gone home. The Darius, the king, so it was under King Darius. Yep. All right. It says, then Darius the king went into his bedchamber and slept, and soon after awake. And then 3 young men that were of the guard that kept the king's body spake one to another, let everyone speak his sentence. And he shouted, okay. Okay, it says, then everyone wrote his sentence, sealed it, and laid it under King Darius' his pillow. Let's see here. Salakia. It says that when he said that, give me a second.
You know, to summarize it too.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I see here. It says the first wrote wine is the strongest. It was talking about, you know, what's the strongest. It said it in the previous chapter of what they were talking about. It said wine is the strongest. The second wrote the king is the strongest. The third wrote women are the strongest. But above all things, truth bears away the victory. So who do you think was right? The third one, right? And then he, you know, when you read further down, it explains, he was going into and explaining why he said that. But that's why he said above all else, truth. Because he wasn't like up in the woman. He was saying, watch the woman. If you keep reading, he was saying, watch the woman. The truth is the one that's going to set you free. And what is the truth? Right? Because later on, he said all of these things are wicked. Right? Later on, he said that. He said all these things are wicked.
So you got different levels of that type of woman.
Yeah.
She's just very well out with it in their religion. But you got women that might even try to come at you in the truth to manipulate you. And all they need is that one avenue. You're toast. I know people think especially some sisters think I'm just hard on the women. I'm not trying to be hard on a woman, but guess what? And I should be, because we get hard on the men. The men are just as guilty in a lot of stuff, man. But this thing where the uplifting movement of women have to be brought down to their place. It's not misogyny. It's just an order.
Yeah.
And deep inside, women really want to be controlled and dominated. Deep inside, women want a man to lead them, control them, and dominate them. The Thanos of
The number one thing.
I got the point that I wanted. It was just 4, wasn't it? The beginning of it was a 3, but I got the point.
That's why that woman came up, that Hispanic woman or whatever she was. She was agreeing with a lot of it.
Yeah, she said she's married. And she was like, yeah, that's true.
That's right. But she married. What the hell you doing here in a group of men?
She was asking us if we married.
Oh, come on, man.
No, I'm married too. See, one thing, man, we don't do is we're not those other camps, man. We don't get weak over the woman. You know, if you up here, we're over here dealing with a situation. And you up here asking men if they, nah, man, we got complete order here. Yeah, right now, man. Be quiet. Be quiet for a second.
You don't need to be beamed up.
We don't get weak over that shit. Sister, wait, sister.
You know, Thanos came in on the ship. Trying to find out that Thanos
did that shit have a name? I don't know. I want to know what that shit have a name.
This is real talk. Y'all can tell me if I'm lying. But that same guy that was down here with his woman just now.
Yeah.
Let somebody famous came up.
Oh shit. Shit.
Let that man who control that. He locked up. Who did the Nawapian? I forgot his name. You know that founder of that Nawapian shit.
No.
Malachi Z. York.
Yeah.
Yeah, let him come up if he was famous, never got locked up. Her eyes will go right on him and worship him, man. And he probably worship him too. So that's how simple he is. Let Malachi Z. York come up with them eyebrows all sharpened up and shit. You know what I'm saying? And that weird haircut with a power, and he comes sit on a golden throne. She'll drop him and get on her knees right in front of Malachi Z. York. So what? I'm telling you. So what? Because there's no strength in that man. Woman, if I'm with a woman and she gonna do that, I'm like, oh yeah, go ahead and stay there. I'll talk to you. All right, have a good day. Yep. I wouldn't go back there. She's gonna stay right there.
Yep.
Go ahead, brother.
Yeah, it's the point here. It says, then the third who had spoken, I'm not going to read this whole thing. It says, then the third who had spoken of women and of the truth, this was Zerubbabel, began to speak. It says, O ye men, it is not the great king, nor the multitude of men, neither is it wine that excelleth. Who is it then that ruleth them, who have the lordship over them? Are they not women? It says, women have borne the king and all the people that bear rule. That's the same shit he was just now saying, right? It says, by sea and land. It says, even of them that have they have nourished them that planted up the vineyards, from whence the wine cometh. So he was saying that the woman that born these people, to do what they was doing, right? Let's see here. Going down, it says, a man leaveth his own father that bring. I skipped some. It says, a man leaveth his own father, right, that brought him up, and his own country, and cleaveth unto his wife. He sticketh not to spend his life. You can read something. No, you got it. It says, he sticketh not to spend his life with his wife, right? It says, and remember neither father nor mother nor country. It says, by this also ye must know that women have dominion over you, right? Do ye not labor and toil and give and bring all to the woman, right? Yeah, a man taketh his sword, right, and goeth his way to rob and to steal, to sail upon the sea and upon the rivers, and looketh upon a lion, right, and goeth in the darkness, right, and when he have stolen, spoiled, and robbed, he bringeth it to his love, right? Wherefore a man loveth his wife better than father or mother, right? Yeah, many. This is this guy. It says, yeah, many there be that have run out of their wits for women. It says, and become servants for their sakes, right? That guy that was up here was a pure servant, all right? It says, many also have perished, have erred, right? And have sinned for women.
But we should have looked up on our etymology woman, but he wouldn't believe it.
No, he wouldn't.
Like, where else he was talking about she give life? Well, where else would we put our seed to bring the earth, to bring a child?
And like you broke down, well, how is that woman in, like these bitches talk about, these men ain't got no say. That baby is inside you because of a man. So yes, I should have a say. That is my seed. Talk about you ain't got no say for abortion. Bitch, that is my seed. Yep. That is mine. Right? Anyway, it says, skip it down. It says, yet that I see him and upon me, the king's, this is the bitch that slapped the king or whatever. It says, yet did I see him and upon me, the king's concubine, the daughter of an admirable Bardicus, or of the admirable Bardicus, right? Sitting on the right hand of the king, and taketh the crown from the king's head, setteth it upon her own head. Mind you, this is a lowly concubine. This isn't even a wife. It says, she also struck the king with her left hand. Damn, not even a decency to do it with her right. It says, and yet for all this, the king gaped and gazed upon her with an open mouth, right? If she laughed upon him, he laughed also. That's that guy. Yeah, if I don't get out of here, she's going to kick my ass like Hank Hill. It says, but if she took any displeasure at him, the king was fain to flatter, right? That she might be reconciled to him again. Now, going down to the last point.
If I may say, if some guys be weary of getting their women mad.
Yeah.
Fuck all that, man.
Yeah, with all that.
If she don't want to go as you go, man. or listen and fuck all that shit, man.
Yeah. Yep.
You know?
Yep.
'Cause when you start bending how you feel to cater to the women's feelings, man, now you got a fucking problem, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Yep. This is the last point here. This is all. Let's get down to verse 37. It says, "Wine is wicked. The king is wicked. Women are wicked." It says, "All the children of men are wicked, and such are Salakia, and such are all their wicked works, and there is no truth in them. In their unrighteousness also they shall perish. As for the truth, it endureth, and is always strong. It liveth and conquereth forevermore." So it's putting the truth above all that stuff. This is what we're telling you now. You know, when it comes to you brothers, some of you brothers and these women, man, the truth has to be first, man.
Yeah.
But a lot of brothers with, especially brothers with pride, because us as men, they may say, yeah, I'm putting the truth first. I'm putting the truth first. You got to really evaluate that, man. Are you really? Because the truth is the one that's gonna exceed all that shit, man. The lust over a wicked woman or whatever. The truth is the one that's gonna exceed all of that BS, and that's what this man was talking about, right? I think the man name was Zerubbabel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I got this right here, right fast. It says, when you let lust rule over discipline, your judgment collapses. Desire cloud reason, leading to bad decisions, neglect of duty, and loss of authority. So you the man. You supposed to be the man. You supposed to be the head of the household, man. Men, but now these women got these liberty to say certain things that they didn't have back then, man. Got it out.
That's why we're in hell.
Sorry, brother.
This is from the brother Kazak Ben Yehuda. Also, shalom to the brothers and sisters that be watching.
Shalom.
This is Ecclesiasticus 25:19. It says, "All wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
Right.
Let the portion of a sinner fall upon her." Oh, I was trying to see those more. Yeah, that was pretty much it. It said all wickedness is little, but little. It's like it.
Yep.
It said all wickedness is but little to the wickedness of a woman.
Yep.
Which means that goes to show you how powerful that could really be. Women, they could use their charm, their intellect to pretty much stand the track.
They deceive you, yeah.
They're what a lot of people used to call black widows. That's all they use to good books. They stand the track.
Yeah, I keep mentioning the show that I was watching, Dr. Ball. I know I mentioned it a couple times, but I gotta say it again because that right there, this guy, he was working as a bodyguard, and the show really wasn't even about him, but he was like a character added on. The woman that he was protecting was somebody else's wife, who the husband was was in all kinds of trouble, and she was kind of like trying to track him down or whatever. So the bodyguard said, "Yeah, I'll protect anybody as long as it's not a woman." Because every time a woman is involved, it's always trouble, right? I'll protect anybody. He reluctantly, said, "All right, I'll protect her." And they were going shopping and this, that, and the other. And he kind of had some type of care for her. Not like no romantic thing, but it was kind of like some type of care. It started kind of growing on him a little bit. Well, he got killed because of the delicateness of a woman. The apartment, because these people were after the husband, but they said, "Well, we'll attack his wife too." So, bullets start flying in the goddamn building, and he was protecting, and he got killed. I got precept for that, if I may. This is Ecclesiasticus 25:24. The woman came to the beginning of sin, and through her we all died. Yeah. That touches on your point.
Actually, when you think about it, what does the spider do? A female spider is that.
It eats the man. It eats the male. Yeah.
Yep. Active and done business, mating with him, having children. Even happened before that.
Yeah, he put stick on electrodes on him. With the tire field. Right, rock. Yep. Permatex. That's big. Damn. Go ahead. This is Jeremiah 44:15. It says that all the men which knew that their wives had burned incense unto other gods, and all the women that stood by
a great multitude, even all the people that dwelt in the land of Egypt. And Pastor answered Jeremiah, saying, as for the word that thou hast spoken unto us, in the name of the Lord, we will not hearken unto thee. It says, but we will certainly do whatsoever thing goeth forth out of our own mouth to burn incense unto the Queen of Heaven, and to pour out drink offering unto her, as we have done, we and our fathers, our kings and princes, in the cities of Judah and in the streets of Jerusalem. But then had we plenty of victuals and were well, and saw no evil.
This is the same thing we see today. You know, men are worshiping the Queen of Heaven all over. They're worshiping the woman. You know, they doing whatever they say. I'm just ready for service to them. You know, they just do whatever. They have no back. They're not doing what they're supposed to do as a man. You know, and it's things that look why this America. That's what America is really. It's going to have society. They uphold the women. You know, they got a women's month, women's day, women's parade. Yeah, women's parade and stuff like that. It's all for the women. And we're not bashing. We're not saying, you know, we don't need women, but a woman has a certain duty and a man has a certain duty. And the man is over the woman, and the woman's supposed to be in subjection under the man.
They don't be. If I could say with the
We only need women for procreation.
and they use that with the child support. You know, if that was taken away, which it will be, you know, if that was taken away, a lot of these men wouldn't be with the women if they didn't have a child. You know, they try to stay with the women to try to keep the family going. Right. You know.
Yeah, technically, we shouldn't be having a discussion about equality between man and woman. The Lord made us to work together, right, as one with the other. What does the scripture say? The woman is a helpmeet. That's all she is, a helpmeet. A helpmeet is not a need meet.
Yeah.
Right.
That's just exactly why we keep saying we are not in a new covenant, man. In a new covenant, this shit ain't gonna be happening.
Every last one of us should live in our own apartment, have our own ride,
Right.
cable TV, video games, whatever, it'd be cool.
Right.
So no problem, right?
Right. Good.
A hooker once in every once in a while, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Or a thought,
Yeah.
as they call it. Or 304. You said what?
Just don't leave no. You know, they like to leave panties.
Yeah, take that shit out. I'm throwing it in the garbage. Or 304.
Yeah.
Once every 2 weeks. That's all men need.
Yeah.
So it's really simple. Especially now, because really now men don't even really need to have children. Back then it was a thing that you got a woman for what? Procreation. That's what it was for. That's all that's needed.
Yeah,
but, you know, we like the companionship. We like the company, but it's not nothing we need.
Right. We need the Lord.
If it's stressing you out, man. Paul said that. If it's stressing you out, man, that shit ain't working. Be by yourself.
He had the peace and harmony with her, though, brother.
Yeah.
You can't also make you feel peaceful.
Yeah.
Well, go ahead and be peaceful. Carry that energy somewhere else.
Yeah. And he's the one that he talk about equality. He's out there talking about equality. Yes, you are.
But then he said he agreed with everything. You know, his head started shaking again. He agreed with everything, but then he said we're still equal. So
But then turns around and says that we're not equal.
Yeah. That's because she was hitting the switches every time he said something.
Yeah.
And this brother had a good word. He called himself. He didn't think of it. He could have been.
Yeah, I called him a simp.
And you know what I'm saying? He called himself. He didn't think of it. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
He could have been.
I said, oh, man, you just a simp. You know? He really came up to show the works of the Lord, of the curses.
That's all.
You know?
Why did he have to come up and say you know, we wasn't talking about God and nothing like that. He didn't want to mention God as a woman. But why did he said?
Okay, where did you get that from?
He said he pointed at it. He said, well, that's what he said.
Well, you know, I didn't go into it, but God is a woman, but the God can get her ass kicked and raped.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't
okay.
understand it, man. You know, I don't really get it.
The woman is not God. I don't know where they come up with that crap.
Yeah.
I try to be nice about it. Well, she's the goddess. You're a god. He didn't want to accept that. He wanted her to be the god, so which makes him the goddess.
Yeah.
Which means y'all switch roles.
Yeah.
You're free.
Yeah. Yeah. I got scripture on there. You were talking about when society crashes, right? And it's Jeremiah 4 and 30. Crashes, or with 30, yep. Jeremiah 4 and 30. It says, and when thou art spoiled, what wilt thou do? Though thou clothest thyself with crimson, though thou deckest thee with ornaments of gold, though thou wrinkest thy face with painting, in vain shalt thou make thyself fair. Thy lovers will despise you, they will seek your life.
What's that scripture? Zephaniah would say that wives should be ravished and shit. Houses spoiled, wives ravished.
Don't play no
That's
games.
a prime example. Because what he gonna do?
He ain't gonna do shit. Oh, that's Isaiah. Yep, Isaiah 13 and 16. Yep. Their children also shall be dashed to pieces before their eyes. Their houses shall be spoiled and their wives ravished.
Yeah. Right before his eyes. He might enjoy it, but you know,
When you look at those,
he's a customer.
I got the rocking chair. Well, when you look at those shows, those little documentaries about the animals, like you were looking at not too long ago, lions and everything, and how rough nature is. You really don't think that applies to people too, especially when 911 is gone. He said, "He said, oh, I love that idea." It's not an idea, man. It's just going to happen. What a lot of you people are doing, man, is y'all playing fucking games, man.
Yeah, when you tied up and bound, and your wife is ravished in front of you, and then you killed, and your head chopped off, or you watch your children get killed. Yeah, you're gonna see it that day. Second Ezra's doing all that.
You're gonna be
no more food. We're gonna see what your God is going to do then. That's why it says protection. Yeah. What can a God woman do for you when there's no food to eat? She thinks she's gonna depend on you. She's gonna go right back in her rightful position.
That's terror. Terror. They want to really see the Lord. Lord terror.
Yep. It's called 4702.
People don't understand how terrible the Lord can get until it happens.
Yep.
He said the scripture say he's the king of terror.
Yeah, when the Lord kill his wife, you gonna say, "Oh God"? This is Psalm 47:2. It says, "For the Lord goes high is terrible. He is the great King over all the earth." For the Lord goes high is terrible. He is the great King over all the earth.
You gotta look it up, brother. We already know. You already know what it is.
The word terrible means to be feared.
Yeah, yeah.
To be afraid of them. Because when he brings terror on the world, what are you going to do? What are you women going to do when the Lord starts bringing, no family, when our power goes out? You can't call now. What you going to do? What's that man going to do in that day when there's little? You can't call now. No food. You got to feed the wife and the kid that they have there.
People will turn into cannibalism.
You're going to see dead bodies in the street. You're going to see everything. You're going to really see how the terrors of the Lord, how he actually gets down. You think God is all good. No. Lord, he is good, but he's also terrible. He can bring great terror on you. Make you see things that you never saw before. That's what we did to the people in Egypt.
That's what the Lord going to show him. He going to walk in on Thanos.
Oh my God! You're gonna be real hurt, sad face.
Walking on dark side.
Yeah,
Dark side.
No, man. Let's get.
What you say, Thor with the hammer?
Everybody gonna come home and see a whole line of fucking superheroes out of shit. Yeah, you have dark side.
Yeah, that's what
Dark side, Thanos, Darth Vader, all standing outside of the house.
I'm waiting to get your wife.
We going to, because if we read it out there 15, you're going to be your wife shall be ravished, even your daughter. You know, so what
What you gonna do, my brother?
Yeah, my brother.
You gotta watch them type of jakes with them frizzy beards and shit. Yeah, them jakes. You gotta watch them type of guy. He's a freak on.
You see what he was wearing?
Yeah, she probably got him in all kinds of trickery, sex trickery, doing all kinds of weird. Yeah, so
Yeah, then you want to take pictures of us. Oh,
it's something you can't stop.
no, man, you don't know what type of sick shit this woman want to do with it.
Upload it to AI. Make them Israelites do this.
You know it.
And they sitting there with a big screen looking at it and shit, staring and shit. Cakes flying up and shit. They gonna prosecute. What'd you say, brother?
No, they already use the alpha in the AI.
Oh yeah. Well, we can do the same thing. That ain't no big deal. That's AI is easy. AI, you just type in what you want and do it.
And it do it for you.
But I'm very crafty because I can use programs inside AI.
Yeah.
Because I really wanted to get into that shit.
Yeah.
Because I use my program, and I'll take my program and use AI inside the program.
Yep.
Uh-oh, Jake coming through. That's Jake.
They gotta let you know what's coming through, man.
It's First Corinthians 11 to 1.
See, that big Jake be in front of her house and shit. Falling off that bike. Yeah,
They got that big ride the bike on this shit.
With them little buckles and bracelets coming out.
You hear him click. Come on, bitch. Yeah.
Go ahead, brother.
Riding the bike upstairs.
It says, be ye followers of me, even as I also am of Yahushua.
Oh, number 6. Go ahead.
It says, thou art crazy, brother, that you remember me in all things, and keep the ordinances that God delivered them to you. But I would have you know that the head of every man is Yahushua.
The head of every man is Yahweh. He is our head. He is our covenant.
And the head of the woman is the man.
The head of the woman is the man. So our head is Yahweh, and we are the head of the woman. We are their covenant. We are their protector.
That's why we couldn't read the Bible to them. He didn't believe it.
He didn't even believe it.
What are you going to get out of that?
Yeah.
We just had to go with logic.
Yeah.
It says, and the head of Yahushua is Yahweh.
There's a hierarchy. You couldn't tell him that because, like the elder said, like he said himself, he don't read the Bible. He don't get into the Bible. So, so we couldn't break this down to him.
But we can't get mad at him because that's the way the Lord wanted it.
Right. It is what it is.
The Lord blinded. He's blind.
That's why I went with, like, I think you told him. We're not trying. No, I think you told the other guy. We're not out here to force anybody on anything. I mean, force anything on anybody, right? Whether you hear, whether you forbear, that's not up to us. Either at the end of the day, you're going to know that it's properly among you. Yeah. Either way, right? We can't wake you up. The Lord has to. Right?
The ball madness, man.
So if a man wants to continue to be a simp, after we done, the blood is off our hands. We
that was a woman with a beard.
I saw it. I saw
Oh, was it?
I thought I saw it. I couldn't
A woman
tell.
with a beard.
Oh, was it?
Go ahead, brother.
Damn. But the bearded lady.
You know that all this shit gotta end.
And it's going to end, Apple.
Yeah. It's the 2 Thessalonians 2 and 3. It says, let no man deceive you by any means. For that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first. And that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition.
Right? The man of sin is being revealed in this time. That man of sin is Esau, the son of perdition. This perdition means destruction. He's destroying the whole earth. He's destroying, countries and many things like nations. He mainly destroyed our people and our women, filling with these wayward doctrines and feminism and all that. Go ahead.
Yep. It says, who opposes him and exalteth himself above all that is called God.
Right.
That's a precept of Obadiah. Or that is worship.
Okay.
It says, or that is worship, so that he is Yahweh sitteth in the temple of Yahweh.
Right.
Showing himself that he is Yahweh.
Yeah, he wants to show. He wants to be above all. He wants to be above. He wants to be better than the Lord, man.
Yeah.
He wants to transcend what the Lord has created. That's the ultimate goal. You know, to put that seed in you and to make you into a humanoid robot,
Cyborg.
a cyborg. That's his ultimate plan. Keep going.
It says, remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things.
Right.
And now you know what withholdeth, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who know, only he who now letteth will let, until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming.
He's doing that by the way of the men of the Lord, man. We out here telling who this man is. It's been kept, secret for many years, but it came out back always through the spirit probably how about shot back in the 60s. Elder apostle, their elder, who the man of sin really is, man. And this the so-called white man, this devil, he saw evil. That's destroying the world, destroying people and a nation. Go ahead. He was trying to hide himself for a time, but now the Lord has revealed it. You got it.
It says, even him whose coming is after the work of Satan,
Right.
with all power and the signs and lying wonders.
Right. His power is working the Satan, right? With all power, signs, and lying wonders. A lot of his doctrines and a lot of his inventions, lying wonders. It has power in it. You know, just that way, Jesus, that has power in it. That's a lying wonder. They use on our people as a psychological operation. This is what so they want to be worshipped. That's what they got. And they work. A lot of things that they invented, they've done, it worked. So you gotta give them a round of applause for it, because that's what they're designed to do.
But the Lord set it up.
Yeah, the Lord, the Lord, how said it. That's how it was to go. That was our story.
It says, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved. And for this cause, Yahweh shall send them strong delusion.
Great job.
That guy was a strong delusion.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
His wife is his rock. No, man, you the rock. She's just the support sister. But she's a help me, but you're the rock. You're supposed to protect and lead your wife in a righteous manner.
She's probably taking the Social Security. Yeah, that's true.
Taking everything from that.
Yeah, this my shit, nigga.
What the hell said? If the right person came along, she would do.
You're the king of the black conscience. Like her light roll up if he didn't get caught with that rape. She'll even be one of the sisters for life.
It says, and for this cause Yahweh shall send strong delusion, that they should believe a lie.
They believe the lie. Not just them, but all our people. They believe the lie. And, it's going to fire fire back on them. Believe it in this devil. Believe the man.
You know what, to be honest? He's bad. But a lot of these Israelites who set up these debates at Genesis, who decided to teach Gentile salvation because it was admitted, it was told that he said if he taught Gentile salvation, he can get paid. So he got 3 wives. Remember, he's always been a pimp and a hustler.
Mm-hmm. So he's going to do
So he's worse than that man because he's in the truth. And they use the truth You get money for the women to go out of their wits. Captain Zaryak too, all of them doing that for the women. The IUIC talking about we must keep the law. But yet you gotta go get papers. You gotta go to the courthouse and get papers. That's not even part of our system. Well, the law told you you have to be a virgin. And the father would be involved. So who's the father? Nate?
Yeah.
And then what? These are called BATs, Black Hebrew Christians. And now what they're doing is they're merging Christian doctrine to get to wake the Christians up. They'll get more Christians that way. But the Lord only looking for a small number. That's His elect. That makes the Black Hebrew Christian worse than the Black Christian. Get that 2 Peter 2:21. Is it 2:21? Got a little memory going on. We'll read that in a long time. Hey, Ming Kong.
That Ming Kong.
You saw that really short up in that video.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that was the one with the little walking stick.
Oh, damn, that's a woman? Oh, shit. Ming Kong.
Yeah, Ming Kong. Yeah. It's not going to look, man. This man is worshiping a woman. It's not going to be a problem getting a woman.
Right.
In my day, it wasn't that problem getting a woman this year. We used to walk up to them and grab them, right? Out there, you can walk up to a woman, put your arm around her and walk. I remember one time I yelled out the window. I said, "Come here." She's like, "Me?" I said, "Yeah, you. Come here." She looked around. Why? I said, "Because I want to talk to you." And she scooped all over and shit. And I said, "Hey, what's your name?" No. Yeah, all right. Did I get your number or what? Yeah, all right. You know what I'm saying? It was easy back there, wasn't it?
Like you said.
You better not yell at a woman now. Come here. But you know, women still like it because it was a guy did a prank about walking up a strange woman and trying to holler at him.
Oh, at the cucumber?
No, not him. It was another guy walking up a strange woman. And he was telling, "Yeah, you know, you got a fat ass and everything." They're like, "Really?" But then someone wanted to fight him. I'll tell you how messed up it is in Babylon, man.
The mentality.
Number one, you're supposed to be walking up with one. The first thing you're supposed to ask them, do you got a husband?
Yeah.
So the women appear to be righteous, appear to be beautiful and soft, but they're not.
Go ahead, brother. That's why you can't follow the law 100%. Especially,
Yeah, it's been told that the statistics show that men don't approach women anymore. Why? You're going to be called a creep. You're going to flip out the phone, put you on Instagram.
yeah, it's better that way.
All to feed her ego.
Yep. Stay away from it. It's better that way.
That's why the passport bros got, I mean, there's feminism everywhere, but they got the hell out of the country. I saw a clip where there's a guy from he's from Igbo, right? They pulled up on a date, and the woman said, "I'm not getting out the car. I mean, I'm not opening the door. I don't touch doors." She recording this shit. And he said, "Ma'am, I done drove 2 hours, damn near an hour to come get you, and I paid for the reservations, which was $200 for the dinner. I got everything set up." "No, I'm a lady. I don't touch doors." That's what she kept saying. So this fool gets out the car, walk around and open up the car. She said, "Thank you." Yeah. So he gets to the car and he looked and it hit him. He said, "No, get the fuck out the car. I ain't dealing with this shit."
Yeah. Good call.
I ain't dealing with this shit. Why? Are you serious? Are you serious? You know, they pronounce every syllable. Yeah. Are you serious?
Yes, I'm serious. Get the fuck out of my car.
That's crazy. Then she gets out the car. He said, "I ain't with none of this shit." And shut the door and drove off and shit.
That's crazy.
She said, "I can't believe he just did that." Why do these women think, you saw that? I saw that shit, yeah. Why do these women think they're the cream of the crop? You men, you just bugged out. You're paying for a $200 reservation. You can clearly go and get any other woman to do that shit for a fucking bitch that I don't know, man.
That shit true, man.
That's why these bitches lonely, man. It's because of him. I was worshiping a woman.
I barely spent $200 on my fucking self, man. The fuck?
Just because a woman that worship. Yeah, the Queen of Heaven. Oh, yeah, bring it out real quick. It's the 2 Peter 2:1. 21. 2:21. It says, for it had been better for them not to have known the way of righteousness than after they have known it, to turn from the holy commandment delivered unto them.
Yeah, talking about this way side that know better.
But it has happened unto them according to the true proverb. The dog is turned to his own vomit again, and the soul that was washed to are wallowing in the mire. Genesis. 7 more demons. You worse off coming from Christianity, but even worse when you go back to Christianity. Remember, as I explained earlier, the Jew and the Greek. That's exactly what Genesis just did. They're still following the Torah and the Bible, but they merged the God of Christianity with the truth. That's why Exodus 20 said, "Thou shalt have no other God before me." The Lord gave their black asses up. Him and that weird ass Hassan. That dude is weird. He thinks he's smart, but he's weird. That's a weirdo. I wouldn't be surprised if all of them wasn't in the cup holes and shit. Yeah, the cup circle. Yep. Because it was told that Priest Akar, he was into it too.
Oh, so y'all was in the cup round.
they all kind of turned flipped into that shit.
Yeah.
They all booty bandit.
Damn.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we can close up.
So, what was it? Was edifying. We'll give all praise, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Rakapadash.
apostles, bishops, and elders, great millstone. Pieces like this to hope for elect. We'll be back out here next week. Till then, we're going to say, Shalom.
Shalom. Peace to the elect.